you see the chip count. Anthony Zinno well out in front with 4.7 million in chips. Dr. Corey Hochman in second place with 2.8 million nearly. Those will be the guys to beat tonight, Vince.
There it is. That's what they're playing for. The winner's going to take home almost 400,000 Canadian cash. But along with that, he will get the beautiful Hublot watch. What a timepiece for the champion. And he's a 5,000 blinds, 25 and 50. Here we go. Action on Mark Bailey from Buffalo, New York.
We started with 419 players. We're down to these 6.
Mark Bailey's going to fold his hand now. WPT champion Anthony Zinno going out. Corey Hochman, who's an eye doctor. And this man eyes an ace-8.
Corey, 39 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona, ophthalmologist. Has been for 10 years. His one hobby, and only hobby, he says, is poker.
He has raised now Dave Cloutier out. Jeremy Halaska not going to play. Now it's around to Erik Cajelais from Montreal. Professional player. He's got ace-deuce of hearts.
Mullet.
And he's going to push all in, Mike.
He's only got about 11 big blinds, Vince, and he's shipping it right here. Corey Hochman has got a tough decision right now as to what to do. Going to cost him a little over 500,000 more to call. 770,000 in the pot.
Could pull in the 615 total.
Corey Hochman saying, how much is that going to cost me?
How can you ask that question, Vince? It's the first hand of the night. You know how many chips everybody has.
Because you just want the person to move his chips and to think and watch his...
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I promised myself that if you shoved, I'd call you. That's what I promised myself.
Oh, boy, he promised himself, Vince, but do you always keep your promises?
So, I'm gonna call.
He's going to make the good call.
And Erik Cajelais is not going to like it. He is dominated right now. Ace-8 versus ace-deuce for Erik Cajelais' tournament life. This is Erik's 12th WPT cash.
Here comes the flop.
A deuce and an 8.
Wow, Corey Hochman, eye doctor. He's got 8s and Erik's got deuces, and we're going to the turn.
Erik is going to have to catch a deuce to win this pot. Nothing else is going to do it for him.
It's not. It's a 6 of spades.
He's a World Series of Poker Europe bracelet winner. Erik is 12th WPT cash, but if he doesn't catch a deuce on the river, he's out of here in 6th place.
Last card coming up. Can he do it? No, it's a 5 of clubs.
So just like that, Erik Cajelais from Montreal out tonight in 6th place.
Erik Cajelais, a great player, going to take home 76,000. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Erik, you came in here tonight with the most experience but the least amount of chips. Sometimes you can't overcome that. Was there a strategy to get it in early?
Not really. I was ready to be as patient as I need to. I just thought 2 days was a good chance. It was the best hand. I just went with this hand and worked out this time.
Well, great job getting to the final table. I'm sure we'll see you back again.
Yeah. Promise is a promise, you know?
He can't break a promise to himself.
No.
I've got 2 ex-wives, so I'm pretty sure I've broken a few promises to myself and to other people.
Oh, man.
All right, there you see the 5 remaining players. Anthony Zinno well out in front, but Corey Hochman cutting into that lead after eliminating a player there.
To the felt, Anthony Zinno, WPT champion, looks down at a 10-8. He's a great mathematician. He's going to pop it with just a junk hand, makes it 125 to go. Hochman out. Now Dave Cloutier not going to play ace-deuce.
Okay, over to Jeremy Halaska, 31-year-old from Cleveland, Ohio, operations manager.
He's got a big hand, Mike, ace-king. Just calling, Bailey out.
Very surprised you wouldn't re-raise in this spot with ace-king.
Try to disguise the strength of his hand with just a call. Here's the flop. Oh, look at this, 2 10s. Zinno has hit 3 of a kind.
Check.
He's gonna check it. He's trying to set up his man.
This is Jeremy's first ever WPT event.
Wow, he's gonna check. Very wise, going to the turn. And it's a king.
Oh, this could spell trouble for Jeremy.
Halaska hits kings now.
With an ace kicker, Vince.
And now Zinno puts in the 80,000 bet. Now Halaska hitting top pair with the gigantic kicker. Uh-oh, he's gonna pop it. Moved it up to 175 to go.
I will probably put more pressure on Jeremy than the other players because I think that the money means more to him in this particular setting than the other players at the table. If I have an opportunity to put some pressure on Jeremy, I'm going to.
Especially when you have 3 of a kind.
All in.
He's going to push all in, and this is very callable.
His girlfriend, Jennifer Walter, in the house. Jeremy's got 2 daughters, 1 stepdaughter.
He loves being a father. He said, would you please give a shout out to my daughters, Brooklyn, Bianca, and Aubrey. So let's see if Pop does it right here.
I wonder if we have the same hand here. I call.
He has made the call.
Oh, wow.
He must catch a king on the river to win this pot. Nothing else will do. Erik Cajelais went out a moment ago.
Nice hand.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Jeremy Halaska could be following him out the door if he doesn't catch a king.
Last card, river card. Can he catch the miracle? No, it's a 7 of diamonds.
Good game, guys.
Vince, for the first time in the history of the WPT, we've had 2 players eliminated on the first 2 deals at the final table. Wow.
Nice playing with you.
Just that quick, Jeremy Halaska is out in 5th place.
Good luck, guys.
The operations manager from Cleveland, Ohio, will be no more operating tonight. He's done 5th place.
No, another player going over the falls in a barrel. Jeremy will take home $95,000. He's over to talk to Matt Savage. Very wet.
Jeremy, it's your first final table here on the World Poker Tour. Tell us a little bit about your experience this week.
It's been a blast. It's been real fun. My first WPT event. I wish I could have stayed at the table a little bit longer, but you know, just give me something to look forward to the next time I get out here.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With 0 tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Action's on Mark Bailey from Buffalo, New York. And he's got a Queen 8. And he's going to fold that Queen 8. Now it's on Anthony.
I like you guys.
Anthony's got a nothing hand, also folding.
So the battle of the blinds here. Corey Hochman from Phoenix, ophthalmologist, plays poker as a hobby. He's going to raise here. At least it looks like he is.
Taking his time. You want your eye doctor to take his time, though. That's a good trait he has there. Yeah. I like that. And he is really taking his time. Yeah, he's got nice steady hands, too. I appreciate that. He's working on your eyes.
And finally, here does come the raise. 130,000.
Dave Cloutier.
The lone Canadian left at the table. Looks down at the garbage 6-3 offsuit.
Embarrassingly bad, but he's going to cap the cards.
When the guys cap their cards, they're going to play the pot.
Second time at the WPT final table. He's no slouch, of course. Is he going to muscle? No, he's going to go away. Corey's going to show one of the cards. Very spectacular ace. Pretend like he was very strong. We know otherwise. Action's on Anthony Zinno. They call him the Ant. He's got a pair of 7s.
He's feeling good right now. He just broke a player after flopping 3 10s.
Makes it 100,000 to go. Now Corey Hochman with a king 6 of hearts.
Now, Corey is a very aggressive player. He might be a non-professional player, but I can tell you, he's aggressive. We've seen it so far tonight, and including this hand, he's 3-betting the chip leader with a king 6.
Cloutier out, and Mark Bailey from Buffalo not going to play, so back on the Ant. And he will make the call, no raise. So here we go. Pair of 7s versus king 6. And And we are a-flopping.
Oh, what a flop for Anthony. He's flopped the top set. It's come 7-3 deuce.
Dream come true.
It sure is a dream come true. What he's dreaming about now is his opponent's got a big overpair.
He is checking. He has dug the hole, put the branches and twigs over it, waiting for the sucker to fall in. And he's got him.
Well, you're going to make a continuation bet with that flop, for sure. You're not going to put your opponent on deuces and threes.
200,000 back on the ant, and he's thinking, okay, do I repop here or just call? No, he's going to raise.
Makes it 650,000 to go. Knows the only way he's going to get action is his opponent's got an overpair, then he might bust him. But obviously Corey had nothing, has to exit the hand, but you can't fault Anthony for raising there. He was trying to get it all.
No spade. No spade.
Anthony Zinno won his WPT title a year ago at Borgata, going for his second WPT title tonight. This is his sixth WPT cash this season.
All right, action on Dave Cloutier. He's a businessman from Ontario, Canada, 55 years old, father of 5.
Finished third at an event here at Fallsview back in 2007. He folds.
On to Mark Bailey now from Buffalo.
Raise.
And makes a raise. 150 to go. And goes out. And now the eye doctor Corey with an ace-6.
What do you have total? Like 1.5 left?
A little bit more than that, maybe. Yeah, about 1.6, 1.55.
I'll make it 5 million.
Whoa.
He didn't have 5 million.
I guess that's all in. That's all,
That would be all in.
Yeah, he's only got 3 million in chips. His opponent's only got about 1.5 million, so certainly covers him.
Seems to be a violation of your Hippocratic oath, doesn't it? Not very gentle, doctor.
There's no gentleness in poker.
Didn't you call $1 million? What did you
No,
call?
I said 5 million. I meant 500,000, obviously. But
Yeah, that's what I was
but I
wondering.
said 5 million, so may as well get it in. Try not to make that mistake again. From now on, I'm just putting chips out. I'm not a...
Let's continue. Mark Bailey gonna fold quickly now. It's on to Zinno. Not gonna play.
So battle of the blinds here. Corey in the small blind.
He's gonna raise it to 125. Cloutier also with the same hand.
Both players have the same hand. Usually the more aggressive player wins the money.
He's gonna splash around and make the call. And the flop is a nothing Jack 10. Neither player hitting.
Corey is reaching for a continuation bet here. And he does it.
Now 155 into the Canadian.
And by doing so, he's going to win that pot. So aggression paying off.
I almost pulled the 10-8.
The bettor takes down the pot.
Pushes out Dave Cloutier, seeming puzzled here tonight. Corey looking good. 4 players remain.
Take a rain check.
Well, right now, the guys doing the great jobs are Anthony Zinno and Corey Hochman. They're the 2 chip leaders with 4 left, fighting it out for this title.
Anthony Zinno will fold.
Over to Corey Hochman. We've seen this guy play very aggressive so far, but you have a 3-deuce offsuit here, Vince. I mean, really, the 2 lowest cards you can have. But they're good enough for him. He's going to raise it again, 100,000.
Okay, Cloutier out and Bailey out. That's how you do it, Corey.
Well, Vince, we've heard about those guys that haven't found a hand they didn't like. Corey Hochman put him in that boat.
And he can't believe the way things are going so far. Everything going his way. Action on him again.
Where's the band? He finally laid a hand down.
And the Canadian picks up an ace-9. And he'll raise with that to 150. Mark Bailey out. And the ant, though, does have a hand. Pair of deuces.
Well, you always like to see flops with small pairs. Because if you flop a set, you think you can bust somebody. Anthony going to make the call.
So ace-9 for the Canadian up against Anthony Zinno. And the flop is at ace-king, 3 aces for Cloutier.
Anthony quickly checks. Wow, Dave checks two. He's trying to camouflage the strength of the aces, I guess, but give your opponent a free chance to outdraw you. Didn't happen here as an 8 comes off. Again, Anthony checks.
And Cloutier finally going to bet this hand, 150. Well, Anthony gives respect to the Canadian, and he goes out. The crowd loving it.
And he takes down that pot, much to the delight of the Canadians in the house.
Hopefully it's still early.
He has 5 kids, quite a player. Second time on the World Poker Tour final table.
He actually finished 3rd at an event here at Fallsview back in 2007.
Zinno out in front, the chip leader. And let's go to the felt, back on Cloutier. And this time he's got a Jack-3, won't play that mess. Mark Bailey from Buffalo also not playing.
So the battle of the blinds, the battle of the chip leaders.
Zinno going to try to sneak in with the 6-4 with just a call. And the eye doctor looks down at a Jack-7. Will he be content to just see 3 cards, or will he get aggressive again? He is going to raise to 155,000.
Anthony's limping in there trying to see a flop without much of a hand. At least that's what Corey sees. And he is right. He's going to take this pot down by raising with that junk hand, where most players would just say, please give me a free flop.
Corey just stomps on the ant, takes the pot down. The eye doctor looking sharp.
Well, Anthony looks at a queen deuce. Gonna give it up.
Hochman looks down. Oh, that's a big hand for Corey Hochman with a king-9. The way he plays cards, that's a monster.
Notice he's just looking at the big blind, man. Doesn't even look at the guy on his left.
Thinks that he's not even at the table.
Well, he's gonna raise again. Makes it 100,000 to go.
But Dave is at the table because he's picked up a pair of jacks.
I hear chips.
He's gonna 3-bet it to 225,000 here with the 2 jacks.
Bailey out.
But Corey's gonna make the call, wants to see a flop. He is gambling tonight at Fallsview.
Flop is an ace-7-5. Hits neither player.
Dave does not make a continuation bet after 3-betting before the flop, so he has checked. And when you check to Corey, he bets. Usually.
Says if you're checking, I'm a betting. Or not.
I think Corey, the more chips he gets, the more dangerous he will be. I'd like to see him lose a bit of a stack because I think it'll force him into a little change of game.
He's not going to lose a stack if you don't bet your hands. And now Corey's going to bet nothing. Air, zip and pip.
260,000 is what he bet. Now Dave's problem is he doesn't know if the guy's got an ace or not. He raised and called or re-raised pre-flop. Now he's bet when I've checked, and the problem, when you don't make a continuation bet when an ace comes out there, you hate to see it, but now you're just at a guess the rest of the hand if his opponent's got it or not.
Oh, Canada has made the call, and we're going to the turn, and the king hits for Hochman.
So Corey Hochman now has the best hand. Doesn't have to bluff to win. His opponent is checked, and Corey is just looking right at, oh my gosh.
Eye doctor eyeing his victim. Oh, wow.
Oh boy. How would you like to have a problem with your eyes and see this guy?
That's right.
Folks, believe me, the guy's such a super nice guy. You got to go see him. He's different away from the table.
He's going to check. River card comes up. It's a 4 of spades. Disaster for Cloutier. He checks.
I check.
Both check.
There it is.
No.
Well, Corey Hochman is going to win this pot with 2 kings, and Dave is going to chastise himself for not betting on the flop, where chances are he would have won that pot rather than lost it.
Lesson learned. Corey Hochman, the eye doctor, shining at this table here tonight so far, as 4 players remain.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
action on Corey.
I will let it go.
He's gonna let it go.
Dave Cloutier also going out, and now it's around to Mark Bailey from Buffalo. Will raise with a nothing hand to 100,000.
Yeah, he's a businessman, a portfolio manager.
But the Ant's got ace-10, making the quick call, of course.
So here we go to the flop.
And the flop is an ace-queen-9. Zinno hitting aces.
A continuation bet by the businessman here. The man from Buffalo betting 150,000 here, but it's not going to work because Anthony's flop top pair.
And he's cutting out the raising chips to hurt him. Yeah, 300,000 to go into Mr. Buffalo.
What is he waiting on, Vince?
Gave it a shot.
I'm all in.
Oh, no. He's going to go all in.
Whoa! What a play by Mark right here.
He's playing it like he's got ace-king. Reckless abandon. We know he has nothing.
He'd have to hit 2 runners in a row to win this pot. I think it's a tough call for Anthony to make here, the way this hand was played. You got to think your ace-10 is beat.
And the Ant is going to release the hand.
Show one more.
I can't do that, man.
What a play by Mark Bailey, Vince. Give that man a salute, and he's all smiles.
Gotta love it when you win a hand with Zip and Pip putting it all on the line. That's Mark's girlfriend, Susie.
What kind of posse do I have? Go back to Buffalo, man.
First place, close to 400,000 Canadian cash. Get your name also inscribed on the Champions Cup.
Well, the only pro at the table, Anthony Zinno, going for a second WPT title. The other 3 guys, businessmen.
Action on Mark Bailey from Buffalo. This time, Mark's got a real hand with ace-king.
Raise 150.
Raising to 150, Zinno out. Corey Hochman with his usual nothing hand has folded. Cloutier now will make the call with a 10-9. So here we go to the flop. Queen, queen, 4. Neither player hitting.
Dave checks.
Same bet. 150.
Mark Bailey's going to bet a continuation 150, and Cloutier is going to lay it down. So Mark Bailey, the Buffalo bluffer, well done, making it happen.
Jesus. No cues next time. You're on your own. This side's much more active. Go Cleveland.
Mark Bailey shining here at this moment. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour. Zinno out in front with 5.6. Let's take a look at this hand at this time. 6-3, he's going to fold.
I'm all in.
Corey Hochman going out. Now Dave Cloutier.
Moving all in with king high here.
He gets Bailey to go out. So Dave Cloutier with a quick move. Nicely done. And by the way, he is on an 8-day juice cleanse at this moment. Imagine sitting at the table not being able to eat any real food for 8 days, and you're playing that well? That's impressive. Dave Cloutier now staring off into the stars.
Does he know action is on him?
You know, I don't think he does. I'm betting he doesn't. Now he's realizing it. Oh, yeah.
Wow. He folded ace high on the button.
Okay, nice.
I don't know what he saw out there in the wilderness, but it must have been something. But it certainly wasn't any hands that these guys got, because they've got junk.
Well, Mark Bailey now. King deuce.
He's going to give it up, so Anthony Zinno taking that pot down with 6 high.
Going to the felt, actions on Mark Bailey from Buffalo, not going to play, so back on the Ant. All right, we got some folds around to Corey.
Corey's in a small blind. Looks down at a 10-4 offsuit, but we've seen him raise with a 3-deuce offsuit, so why not raise with this one? He does. Makes it 100,000 to go. Wow. Dave in position calls him with just a Jack-6 offsuit on a short stack. And he's flopped middle pair, Dave has. Corey's flopped bottom pair. Action's on Corey. He's going to check.
Dave also going to check, going to the turn.
Well, the queen comes off.
Changes nothing. Corey looking him down.
I check.
Check. I check too. Check.
It's a stare-down check fest.
Check.
Both check, and the river card Jack gives 2 pair now to Cloutier.
Check.
Corey's kind of giving up on this. Checks again.
Dave quickly bets 175,000, and Corey has bottom pair.
Oh, man.
He's just agonizing over laying it down, Vince.
Good hand.
You're not hungry anymore?
I am hungry.
Thought your appetite was growing.
Look at that, Cloutier taking that pot.
I'm not stupid. I'm just hungry.
I absolutely don't think you're stupid.
I know, I'm just kidding.
You talk about hunger. You're talking to the man on the left, hasn't eaten in 8 days.
You could put a guy on tilt, just order a banana split or something.
Anthony Zinno still the chip leader. And the action is on the Ant, and he has picked up a real hand. Pair of queens.
Anthony went to law school in Boston, switched over from law to professional poker.
He'll make it 100,000 to go with the queens. Hochman gonna make this call with the king 10. David Mark out. The 2 chip leaders, king 10 versus a pair of queens, and the flop is an ace 4 deuce.
Action on Anthony. Will he make the continuation bet with the ace out there? Nope, he opts to check. And as we've seen, when you check to Corey, he's going to bet 75,000. Very small bet into a pot that's got about 300,000 in it.
And the Ant is going to make this call. He's saying, I'm not convinced you have an ace. A jack on the turn.
Again, action on Anthony.
Check.
Again, he's going to check.
Corey Hochman is getting the chips out, though.
He's going to fire again, Vince, with a gut shot straight draw. 335,000. So the price of poker went up from 75,000 on the previous street to 335 here.
Ant looks down at his queens, and the Ant is going to scurry away with the winning hand.
Bold play by Corey Hochman, taking down that pot.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
There we're looking at the chip count. Anthony Zinno out in front, 5.5 million. Corey Hochman in second place with 4.1 million.
The Antes are 10,000, blinds 30 and 60,000. Here we go. Action on the Canadian. Dave Cloutier, king 6, quickly folds. And now Mark Bailey.
Raise.
From Buffalo with a pair of deuces.
He announces raise, 175,000.
The Ant goes out, and now the eye doctor Corey Hochman. Let's just say king 7.
And Corey's been by far the most aggressive player at this final table so far.
675.
And he maintains that as he 3-bets here with the king 7 offsuit.
He's going to try to muscle out Mark Bailey.
I'm all in.
But that's not going to work. Mark Bailey says all in.
Good hand, bro.
Oh, and the eye doctor sees his way out of that pot. Mark Bailey going to take this one down with aggressive play. Just a pair of deuces.
Very aware of how aggressive Corey's been playing, so a pair is a pair, ship it.
First play is close to 400,000 in Canadian cash.
Yeah, they're also going to get the beautiful Hublot watch that goes to our champion.
Yeah, there it is. That is gorgeous. Get their name inscribed on the Champions Cup. But let's get back to the table action. Right back on Mark Bailey, a non-professional player, portfolio manager from Buffalo, New York. He's got Queen 10 of hearts.
150.
Makes it 150 to go. Zinno going out.
Mark raises to 150,000.
Corey Hochman, he's out as well.
Dave Cloutier is not going to play, so a quick run over for Mark. Taking that pot, not having to see a flop.
Kind of a smattering of applause at best, right? That's where that word came from.
Back to the money pit we go. Corey Hochman first to act. Fold that mess, and an all-in bet by Dave Cloutier with Queen Jack. But right behind him, Mark Bailey has an attractive ace-7 of diamonds.
Tough decision for Mark here. Do you really want to call that much with an ace-7? He says no.
And the ant also folding, so Dave Cloutier picking up a quick one with no competition.
The CEO of the heating company put too much heat on him there by moving all in.
All right, he needs a comeback. He's on the short stack. Action's right back on him. He's got a 10-4. He mucks. And now Mark Bailey's got a real hand, pair of nines.
Raised 175.
He's going to make it 175,000 to go.
Into WPT champion, the ant, Anthony Zinno with a king-7 of spades. Nope, won't play. Hochman also out. So Mark Bailey going to show the hand. Say, look, see, I don't bluff. I don't mess around. Yeah, right.
Best, you remember the movie The Cooler? About the guy that was unlucky in the casino, etc., etc.? Well, Mark Bailey looks just like the actor William H. Macy that played that role in The Cooler.
People look alike, but not really.
I think so.
All right, quick fold by Mark Bailey. And Zeno's out. Now Corey Hochman.
He's got the two snowmen, and there'll be some snow flying here, that's for sure.
190?
Mullet.
Dave Cloutier going over the top, all in.
Dave moves all in.
And I also promised myself I would call.
He's got a call with that hand. He keeps his promises. We've seen that at the final table, but just bad luck for David, I think.
You make lots of promises.
We've seen Corey Hochman raise on junk all night long. This time he's got a hand.
Here comes the flop, Mike. It's a 9-8 deuce. Corey Hochman, 3 of a kind.
Ground dead.
98%.
As the cards lie, David's going to have to hit 2 runners to make a straight to win this pot. Nothing else will do. Needs a 10 or a jack to stay alive. Doesn't happen.
Escape, guys.
Well, that's going to do it for the Canadian. David Cloutier out tonight in 4th place.
Another player waterboarded out here at Fallsview. He'll take home $126,000. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
7 years ago, you made a final table, and again tonight. Do you feel a little bit more confident about your play tonight?
Yeah, I don't think there's much else I could have done. I was short stacked and lost 1 or 2 pots. The blinds and antes were getting so high that, you know, when I'm in position, I have to shove. So, yeah, I don't think there's much I could have done. I'm happy I got here, and it was a great experience again.
Well, the top finishing Canadian, so there's always that. Lynn, back to you.
All right, thank you.
One's at 30 and 60,000. Here we go. Action on Anthony Zinno. He's got an ace-7.
Yeah, you're certainly going to raise in a 3-handed poker game on the button with this hand. Anthony doing just that, makes it 130,000 to go.
Into the eye doctor, Corey. He folds a 10 deuce, and now Mark Bailey with a pretty good ace-10.
Raised to 325.
There you go.
And he's going to 3-bet it, 325,000 to go now.
Mark Bailey, the portfolio manager from Buffalo, New York. Non-professional player, going to get aggressive against the ant.
Well, Anthony's got chips, he's got position. Let's see what he's going to do with this ace-7.
Anthony Zinno, a WPT champion, going after his 2nd title on the World Poker Tour. He's going to make a good laydown.
You know, you made a comment yesterday at the table that you were like the 6th worst. Nah, man, you're good. You're probably like 3rd best. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm 3rd or 4th. I don't know.
I'm messing with you. No, you're playing really well. Playing really well, Ben.
Corey giving a lot of respect there to Mark, and he should.
Let's take a look at his hand. He looks down at a pair of queens. Oh, Vincent, look at him anguish there.
Same bet, 175.
Yeah, 175 is the bet. See if these guys picked up on that tell that when the guy acts weak or sort of nonchalant, usually he's strong.
Yeah, Anthony already folding, and Corey with a nothing hand.
The weakest hand possible, a 7 deuce offsuit.
But he's taking his time with it.
Mark made the mistake yesterday during the final table. He said, oh, I'm no longer the 7th worst player at the table, now I'm the 6th worst. He kind of gave away that he doesn't feel highly about his poker game. So if he makes a big raise, I'm gonna actually put him on a big hand. I don't think he's gonna make a move with deuce 7 offsuit. I might, but I don't think he will.
This is so interesting. Never believe your assumptions.
And he is making a move with a 7 deuce fence. He's 3-betting it with what many consider the worst hand in Hold'em, the 7 deuce offsuit. Oh boy. Oh, I told you he looked like that actor, but now he's even acting like an actor.
He totally puts the head down like he's disgusted. You know he loves his hand. He knows how great of a place he's in with queens in a 3-handed poker game at this point.
I'm all in.
And there he goes with the whining all in. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
No. No Academy Award performance there, Vince. I'm sorry.
Really? Do you know what I even have here, man? Oh my God, this is a tough decision.
Oh no, don't start. Not you too.
Oh.
Et tu, Brute?
This is just all for show and glow. Zero chance he's calling with this hand.
I'm gonna lay down a very big hand for you, man.
Oh, stop. Stop. Oh, it is getting ugly out here at the poker table.
Yeah, Mark's gonna show him the queens. I don't think he had that beat.
You know what I laid down? Ace queen.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my Lord. I'm pretty lucky there.
Yeah, thought maybe I was getting under your chin or
Jeez.
something.
No, I knew when you shoved there, you're good.
Well, folks, we know you can't trust used car salesmen, but now
You're not getting under my skin. You're playing really well.
maybe you can't trust ophthalmologists.
Oh boy, poker's a great game.
We know what a nice guy he is, though, but
He is. But that's why we play poker. You get to lie at the table. That's supposed to tell the truth. All right, back to this one. Action on Anthony Zinno. He's got a nothing hand, 6-3. Doesn't make a move. Now Corey. One of the best liars I've seen at a poker table in a long time with just Jack-5.
We'll go 175.
he's going to raise with this hand 175,000.
See a flop, I call.
It's not often the non-professional players play more aggressive than the professional players, but that's what we're seeing here tonight at this final table. Anthony Zinno biding his time, not playing nearly as aggressive as Corey, for example.
Flop comes up 9-7-6.
We'll play your game. Same bet, 175.
Inside straight draw for Corey, and he's going to make the continuation bet. Mark's got nothing, he's going to fold.
What scares me, Vince, is if Corey wins this tournament, how many guys are we going to see in the little blue Riding Hood suits?
Blinds at 30 and 60,000, $10,000 ante. And this big puzzle of poker continues. Action on Zinno.
And he's on the button. Has Queen 5 of diamonds.
And it's going to raise to 150. Now Corey Hochman has picked up a real hand pair of 8s. Taking his time. And he is really taking his time.
Does he know action is on him?
I get 250 total.
He's going to 3-bet it to 250,000. Mark out.
Back on the ant. He can afford to make that, but no, he's going to lay this down.
Surprised he wouldn't call that little raise.
I am too.
The amount of money in the pot that was out there, but he's got the lead. Just didn't want to jeopardize any more chips.
You know, there's the beautiful Hublot watch the champion gets. Corey Hochman, his second time at a WPT final table, enjoying this moment.
Corey says his only hobby is poker, his dream to win a WPT title. Got a shot at it here, that's for sure.
Gonna raise to 125.
Call.
Mark gonna call with Queen 9. Anthony Zinno got money in there already. He's got King 6, but nope, gonna lay it down.
Heads up to the flop.
So 10-5 versus Queen 9. Here it is.
Well, Jack 3 deuce flop with 2 hearts, no help to anybody. Mark checks.
Continuation bet of 150 by Corey. Dr. Betts gonna push another man out.
Aggressiveness paying off for Corey Hochman tonight. In back-to-back pots, he raised before the flop, he bet on the flop. He won the pot with the worst hand both times.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Action on professional liar Corey Hochman. He's got 7-6. He's going to raise it to 120.
Call.
Mark Bailey with a quick call with a 6-5 suited connector, and Zinno also going to splash for the 9-6.
Well, he's getting priced in the call, so we have three-way action here.
On the flop is a king 9-8. Very interesting.
Check.
Mark with a good shot, straight draw checks. Anthony with the best hand with middle pair. Anthony going to bet the middle pair. And now Corey with the open-end straight draw. Vince, he could do anything with this except fold.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to call.
Mark with just an inside straight draw.
But it's the sucker inside straight draw, Vince. And by that I mean if a 7 comes up, he could make a straight, but somebody could have a 10-jack where he'd lose all his chips. Well, reluctantly he folds.
That was quite a fold. I was uncertain about that fold, could you tell?
So two-handed action, let's take
a 5 comes off. Corey has made the nuts, the best hand possible. Anthony wisely checks.
350?
Corey's going to bet 350,000 here with the best hand possible.
He's just praying his man sticks around. Zinno, of course, with just 9s at this point.
1 million.
And he's going to go up.
Oh, it's like a dream come true if you're sitting in Corey's seat. You got the best hand possible. Your opponent has check raised you to 1 million.
Call.
Oh.
And just the okie dokie call.
Sort of a whining call. Try to lasso your player into more money. Wow, river card.
Queen of clubs. Corey can't like that card. Possible flush out there and a bigger possible straight. Anthony's going to check.
All in.
Now Corey now goes all in, and Anthony goes all out. He took his shot, made his move, didn't work. Corey taking down the fight.
We are at Niagara Falls for the Fallsview Poker Classic. What an exciting one we have going here. Three-handed poker.
And for the first time tonight, we got a new chip leader at the final table. Corey Hochman is the man. He's got about 6 million in chips. Anthony Zinno in second place now with 3.7 million. Mark Bailey with about 3 million.
Quick fold by Anthony Zinno, WPT champion, and now Corey Hochman, the eye guy, gonna raise.
Raised to 360.
And then Mark Bailey over the top with ace-jack, makes it 360.
Raise.
A 4-bet here with this junk hand, a queen-8 offsuit to 780,000. And now what do you do if you're Mark? Ace-jack just doesn't look that good anymore.
All in.
Wow, what an incredible all-in bet.
All in.
Wow. All right.
He is fearless as well, and Corey has to lay down the hand.
I guess he's just aware that Corey's playing virtually every pot. So if you get ace-jack, you just got to go with it against this guy.
Good hand, man.
Corey just does not know where neutral is located on the gear shift.
Now if I can only pick up a hand against you.
Well done, Mark Bailey.
When you have one as well.
Buffalo Bailey taking down that pot.
You will get paid, you can see that.
Oh, I like it, Vince. Mark Bailey from Buffalo. Buffalo Bailey!
2 non-professionals with extremely aggressive styles, especially Corey. This time it's on him. He's got ace-3. He's going to raise to 120. Mark.
I think I did it right this.
Calling.
I manage people's money for a living.
And now Anthony Zinno with the real ace. Ace-queen.
And that's the perfect time here to squeeze, but you're squeezing with a hand. We know Corey raised with virtually every hand on the button, and here it comes. $475,000 bet by Anthony Zinno.
475.
Corey goes out.
Respect.
They both go out. So Anthony Zinno taking that pot down with a nice raise there.
His nickname is the Ant. He's a WPT champion.
This is 6 WPT cash this season already. And with this performance here this week, he is now the leader in the Hublot WPT Player of the Year race, overtaking Darren Elias.
He always wears a suit at the final table to look sharp. He thinks it sets a nice example as a gentleman's game. And Anthony Zinno does look pretty classy out there tonight and playing well. All right, quick fold by Mark.
Well, Anthony, definitely one of the good guys in poker.
120.
He's got ace-10. He's going to make it 120.
Corey having position on me presents the most difficult scenario. Corey is playing for the trophy. The ones playing for the money, you put the pressure on them. The ones playing for the trophy, you want to play small ball against.
That is an excellent analysis.
Corey's call with just Jack Deuce, and here we go. Flop is a king 7-7, but there's 2 spades out there. Corey with the 4 flush. Anthony not catching there, but he's going to check.
Well, Corey checking the flush draw. I'm a little surprised by that. Now the third 7 comes on the board. Anthony's going to bet for value here with the ace high, thinking it's the best hand, which it is.
Mere 100,000.
You just know your opponent would have bet 2 pair if he'd have had it on the flop of king 7-7. That didn't happen. Anthony trying to get a value bet in here.
And Corey with a 4 flush. That dream is disappearing quickly. Has 3 of a kinds out there, but he's going to float around here a little bit. Makes the call. River card is just a 3 of hearts.
Now Anthony's making a bet here, which I don't know why.
150.
I think your opponent's going to call you with queen high or jack high. That's all you can beat to get paid off with. And he could allow himself to get raised out of the pot, and that might happen here. As you see, Corey reaching for raisin chips.
Is he going to get frisky? Yes, he is. He's going to raise it.
Oh, boy.
Goes to 380.
Well, this is exactly why you don't bet here with ace high. Because now you're in a pickle as to what to do. You're supposed to check and let your opponent bluff, and then call him with the ace high.
And Anthony has to lay it down. Corey Hochman gonna take this down with a steal.
Well done by Corey, but you just wonder if Anthony played that one right on the river.
You guys getting tired yet?
I'm ready for a nap.
Stop thinking so much, just act. Don't even think about it.
Yeah,
Action on Buffalo Bailey. This time he's gonna quickly fold. Anthony Zinno, though, with a pretty solid ace-10 of diamonds, will make the raise.
Call.
Hochman will splash around with his 10-7.
And he's in position. He's got 2 cards. He makes the call.
And the flop comes up king 7.
Oh, nice flop there for Corey. He's taking the lead. Anthony's checked.
No continuation bet. Now Hochman
Check.
also going to check the 7s, huh?
Very puzzling that he would check that hand. And now an ace has come off where he's beat. He gave his opponent the free card, and he got outdrawn.
Anthony's going to check the aces up. Corey, he's going to check behind him. River card, a jack of hearts.
Now Anthony now reaching for betting chips. A beg me, call me bet. Let's see if Corey figures it out.
Let's see if the eye doctor can see through this one. This would be a curiosity call if you should make it.
Well, all it can be is a bluff. Oh, Vince. That's when you just reach out and just slap your hand when you make those kind of calls. Say, what was I thinking?
And curiosity killing the cat right there. That is Corey Hochman. Zinno can take down this pot.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Anthony Zinno.
One of those. No more though.
Folds his hand.
No more mistakes.
Into the king of bluffs himself, Corey Hochman.
He's got the 9-4 offsuit. Is it a mistake to play this? Well, we're going to find out because he's definitely playing it. 125,000 to bet.
Mark
raised to 375.
375.
Oh, I know what that means.
Mark raises to 375,000.
I've been through that before.
Corey Hochman has to quickly eject that hand.
40,000, 80,000.
You like big ball. I like small ball.
Since when?
Me small ball, you big ball.
Yeah, exactly.
But me big balls.
I got news for you. Corey just likes to ball, period, on the green felt. He likes to play any two cards for any size pot.
Very successful with that style. He just never can put him on a hand. And that's impressive for a non-professional eye doctor.
These blinds are getting real.
It's his second WPT final table this season, so not too bad.
The blinds are going up to 40 and 80,000 with a $10,000 ante. Action's on Buffalo Bailey. He's got King 10.
Most players are going to raise on the button with this hand.
175.
And he's doing it, 175.
Into the man they call the Ant, Anthony Zinno. He's got a pair of threes. Re-raise. And Corey with a decent ace-10, but raise and a re-raise. He's going to fold it back on Buffalo Bailey.
Yes,
yeah, that's exactly what you want to have happen when you have a small pair. Just raise your opponents right out of the pot.
I was very close to going over the top.
Yeah.
Anthony Zinno grew up in Cranston, Rhode Island, looking good.
All right, action's going to be on Anthony Zinno. Got the Queen Jack of Diamonds. Certainly going to raise on the button with that hand in a three-handed poker game. He does so. 160,000.
Into Corey Hochman.
Oh,
he's got a pair of aces.
355.
Corey just raises so many pots. He never has a hand most of the time. This time he's got the bullets.
He's made it 355 to go with the aces. Mark going out, and of course back on Anthony with an attractive Queen Jack of Diamonds.
And he's going to look at a flop. If he hits just a piece of it, he could get in trouble. He hits none of it though. 9-4 deuce flop. Corey looking around. Ho hum, tweedly dee. What do I do with my two little aces?
Oh, to bet or not to bet.
Anthony's studying him closely here. And little $485,000 bet.
Into the Ant, and he is wise enough to crawl away. And there's Jeanette Mendez, Corey's girlfriend. The eye doctor. Everything working for him tonight. So we continue at the Fallsview Poker Classic. Action going to Mark Bailey from Buffalo. First time ever playing a WPT event. This time he's got a suited connector, 8-7 of hearts.
175.
Gonna make it 175 to go.
175,000.
Anthony goes out, and the madman Corey Hochman.
Corey and I spoke a little bit. He's I guess he's a doctor in his real life. I told him he's not very gentle for a doctor, you know. And so maybe a proctologist. No, cut, edit that, and take two.
Oh, Buffalo Bailey, that's a comedic name, I guess.
Don't be starting to spread rumors here. Okay, well, Corey gonna splash with a 9-6 of diamonds. What else is new? And here's the flop.
Flop comes Jack 6 deuce. Corey now out in front with middle pair.
Check.
He's going to check.
Mark Bailey catching none of that will make the continuation bet of a $500,000. Boldly bet. Now back on Corey.
I'm on.
And he's going to go all in.
Wow, what a play by Corey with middle pair here. And you see the anguish.
Nice hand.
Bye-bye, Mark.
Mark folds and Corey takes it.
Ouch. What an all-in bet by Corey. Vince, the guy is just not afraid to play.
Can we show those guys?
You'll see him on TV. Let's just say I was hoping you'd call.
Yeah, I figured that. Thought it was good. I didn't think so much after your bet.
Back to three-handed poker here at the Fallsview Poker Classic. Corey Hochman, the eye doctor, this time with an ace-7 of spades.
Hey, bro.
And he is going to put in a raise. Mark Bailey's going to throw away that junk. And now Anthony Zinno with a pretty good queen-jack of diamonds.
It costs him another $80,000 to make the call, and he's doing it.
So we have ace-7 versus queen-jack, and the flop is a 9-9 ace. Anthony has a 4 flush. They both check, though. Corey going to play it slow.
Now spade comes off, so Corey now has a flush draw to go with his 2 aces. And Anthony is going to bet $250,000.
Corey got a pretty strong hand, 4 flush and aces up.
Call.
He just calls.
A little okie-dokie call here.
And we're going down to the river, and it's another 9. So 9's full of aces for Hochman. And Zinno wisely checks.
365.
$365,000 to bet. Anthony quickly throws his hand away. Corey increases his chip lead.
Well, Corey Hochman, the eye doctor, he is taking the scalpel out, and he is slicing these guys up.
Well, Vince, I saw him before this final table started. He told me he thought this was going to be his night. He thought he could win tonight. I like his confidence, and he is doing it right now. Let's see if he can cross the finish line with the cash and the title.
And this time with Jack 10, he's not going to slow down. Makes it 160 to go. Mark Bailey behind him.
Raise. 375.
He's had good success 3-betting Corey. He's trying it right here, $375,000.
Anthony's got the real hand behind him with a pair of 10s. And he's going to go all in.
Anthony in the big blind moves all in.
Corey going out.
Problem is, if this is a bad laydown, I'm going to have to see it with everybody else. Nice hand. Respect.
Well, Mark's talking himself out of it. He does the right thing. Goes out. Anthony Zinno taking the pot.
He's a chemical engineer. Went to law school in Boston. Says he uses math and analytical thinking when he plays poker, and he thought it out right there, moving all in to win it.
I had a good hand, too.
Yeah.
I think yours was better than mine. I don't know.
That's what I thought when I made the bet. I kind of forgot about the guy in the middle. He's the best player so far this season. Just want you to chirp a little bit there, would you, please? Remind me you're over there.
Chirp, chirp.
Yeah, okay.
I like Mark's style. He always butters up the other guys, trying to pretend like he's a horrible player, and he just does so well. I mean, he ingratiates himself to these guys making mistakes. Gotta love it.
Now, Corey Hochman doing well now, $6.9 million. Still the big chip leader.
Okay, into Mark Bailey. First time ever playing a WPT event. He has been impressive.
195.
With his mixed-up style, and this time with a pair of 5s, will make it 195 to go. Into the ant. Quickly folds an ace-high.
Corey calls.
15 more, right?
Corey gonna speculate with his 9-7. Just likes to play pots and figure out where he is, and then muscle. It's a 5, ace, 3, 3 of a kind there for Mark Bailey.
Dream flop for Mark.
Corey hits none of that. He checks.
225.
And Mark Bailey's gonna bet 225.
Mark is hoping that Corey's got an ace in his hand.
No, he doesn't have anything, but look at this.
Now, he is floating here, calling with no hand, no draw, which means he's going to make some kind of play at this pot before it's over.
3 on the turn. That's 5s full for Mark Bailey. Corey's checking.
375.
375 the bet. Corey, you might better rethink your plan. Whatever play he makes, Vince, he'll be burning up chips. He's drawing completely dead right now. No card he can catch to win this pot.
Oh no, saying ain't so. He's gonna raise. He floated, and now he's gonna take a shot at the pot. He makes it 750 to go. Marcus puts his face down. He's giving us a Meryl Streep right now.
You pull it in, please. Pull in my bet.
Let me see how much is in the pot. I've got a marginal decision to make.
Oh boy, guy's got fives full.
I'll call.
Oh, the whining call.
I like that play, but surely if you're in Corey's seat, you have to wake up and realize the guy has a hand. He's not calling on a draw here. He must have a hand.
Down to the river, it is a deuce.
River comes up to 2 of clubs.
Corey goes through with the bluff, but
All in, call.
he gets picked off like an acorn on a tree.
Mark wins with a full house.
Mark Bailey has doubled up.
Over 3.
Bad timing for Corey Hochman there.
Sometimes blood gets on the bluffer's hand.
Look at him.
Thanks, man.
I guess my timing was off to make a play on you. Oh well.
Mark Buffalo Bailey looking good right there.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, there you see the chip count. Corey Hochman from Phoenix, Arizona, out front with about 5 million in chips. Mark Bailey from Buffalo in second place with about 4 million. Anthony Zinno in third with 3.7 million.
First place is going to take home close to 400,000 Canadian cash. The antes are 10,000. Blinds are 40 and 80. Let's see what happens between these three. Action on Anthony Zinno.
Anthony from Cranston, Rhode Island, looking for his second WPT title here.
They call him the Ant. He's got King, Queen.
And he's going to raise it to 200,000.
Now Corey Hochman, the madman.
Anthony's probably the only guy I've really gotten to know at the table. I know he's won an event before, so he's an amazing player. I'm to his left, so I think he's scared of me. When I raise him, he's going to have to be worried.
Well, he's right about that. Corey has made moves on him, and this time he's got Queen, Jack, and Diamonds, and he's going to re-raise to 575. Mark goes out.
Back to Anthony. And we can see he's got him dominated. He's in position. But what you fear is that you're dominated. Well, your opponent's got ace, king, or ace, queen, and he mucks the hand. So a nice 3-bet there, it turns out, by Corey Hochman to take down that pot.
There's Jeanette Mendez, Corey's girlfriend. Gotta be proud of the eye doctor, a non-professional poker player who could really play with the best of them. His second time at a World Poker Tour final table. 9-10 of diamonds for Mark Bailey.
Mark is a businessman from Buffalo, portfolio manager.
175.
Makes it 175 to go, but the Ant has picked up ace-jack.
Anthony Zinno, who majored in chemical engineering, then went to law school in Boston.
Makes it 600 total. Corey out.
Mark, with those suited connectors you like to see flops with, but do you want to put another 425,000 in? Answer no.
Ant showing some power there, is going to take this one down. What a player. Already has a WPT title under his belt. Tonight he's trying to go for 2. Action on Anthony Zinno. And he looks down at a pair of kings. He is raised to 160 into eye Dr. Corey, who has an ace-5 of clubs.
He's going to 3-bet it here, Vince, and a big 3-bet. Looks like 480,000 with the ace-5.
Buffalo Bailey getting out of their way. Back on the Ant.
It's a 2-fisted million bet. There's a 500,000 a stack there.
All in. Call.
Corey's gone all in, and a quick call, of course, by Zinno.
Good hand, man.
Corey comes up with
Well, Vince, Corey's played so aggressive at this final table all night long. It's worked well for him most of the time.
Well, whatever happens, it's all good.
He got carried away a little bit ago against Mark when he doubled him up, and now he's got Anthony Zinno all in with a good shot to double up, unless he hits an ace, probably.
And the flop is a 10-9-7. The king's out in front for Zinno.
Pair the board. What's your name? Nick? Tom? Pair the board.
You want to see runner for a straight to the 5 or something stupid like that. Right?
Corey Hochman, who had a big chip lead, now in dire straits with 2 cards to come in this hand. Here comes 4th Street. It's a jack of diamonds, no help for Corey.
His girlfriend, Jeanette, just can't look.
They're going down to the river. Can Corey make it happen? No, it's a 7 of diamonds.
Well, that's going to do it. Anthony Zinno is going to double up here and regain the chip lead. And Vince, Corey Hochman took a nice-sized chip lead. He bluffed his money off in one spot, called his money off in another. You just wonder, could he be playing a little bit too loose in this 3-handed battle?
The eye doctor seeing double vision at this point. Things have turned around, and as you can see, the Ant is now the chip leader with close to 8 million. Shortstop Corey Hochman, what a turn of events. Down to 1.3. Now action's on Corey. He's got a decent king 10. He's got to be tilting like a 3-legged bar stool at this point.
Take it easy, Corey.
And Zinno's saying, just take it easy. Will Corey listen?
I'm all in.
Oh no, he's not going to listen. He's going to push all in.
Well, he's going to force him to pick up a hand here anyway.
Bailey out.
Call.
A snap call by Anthony Zinno with ace-queen.
Of course he's going to call, so now Corey hanging in there by dental floss as Jeanette watches from the sidelines. Oh.
Good luck, bud.
Handshakes to the ophthalmologist. And he's going to need help to stay alive. About a 3-2 underdog as the cards lie.
Let's flop it.
Ace right on the flop. Corey catches a king, but Anthony out in front with the aces.
It's always a jack. On the turn.
Corey must catch a king or a 10 or 2 runners to make a straight. Otherwise, he's going to be finished in 3rd place.
Here comes the turn card. It's an 8 of hearts. Didn't help Corey. He puts his head down. He's got to be stunned at this moment.
Oh, Vince. Looks like the ophthalmologist is going to have to see his way to the rail if he doesn't get help here on the river.
Jeanette can't look.
Oh, boy.
She's been through the ringer tonight. Great playing all night long by Corey, but did he overstep his boundaries and misplay? Jack on the river. It's not going to happen for Corey.
Corey Hochman, played great Vince. He went for the win. And we are now down to heads up. Corey Hochman out tonight in 3rd place.
That's right, by the eye doctor. Back to the hospital he'll go, 171,000 richer. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Corey, just minutes ago you were the chip leader, and now you're out in 3rd. How disappointing is this for you?
You know, honestly, not really. I played with heart. I played my best game, and I know I'll be back in another final table soon.
Obviously, you know, this isn't your profession, but you're turning it into a great passion. I mean, can you give me comments on that?
Yeah, I just love this game. The World Poker Tour, I live for that, and I just come to as many events as I can. I love playing here, and I mean, it's a chance to beat the best there is in the game, really.
Well, we appreciate having you here, and another great job by you.
Thank you, I appreciate
Lynn,
it.
it's over to you.
Well, there you see the chip count as we start heads-up play. Anthony Zinno with just under a 3-1 chip lead. He's got 9 million in chips to 3.5 million for Mark Bailey.
Action on the Ant. Anthony Zinno
160.
makes it 160 to go. Mark Bailey, portfolio manager, playing good tonight.
With the 7-5 of diamonds, he makes the call.
Let's see the flop, and it's a jack, 7-6.
Well, Mark flops 2nd pair and checks.
Anthony with top pair of jacks, also checking. Going to the turn. 3 of spades.
Mark has 2 7s and a straight draw now. Thinks 2 7s are the best hand, the way this hand's been played.
175. Anthony Zinno. Top pair, big kicker. He's going to make a raise.
425,000 the bet now.
Call.
And without even thinking they could be getting trapped here, Mark makes a snap call.
The 5 hits on the river, making him 2 pair.
Had to hit a 7-5 or a 4 to have the best hand. He did it. He hit a 5, and now he's bet $250,000. A very small bet into a pot that's got about $1.2 million in it. So I think Anthony's getting off light here on the river. Don't see him folding 2 jacks here. Just out of curiosity, you want to see what the guy's got.
Oh. He has paid it off.
And he is going to see he got beat on the river here.
What's that? Straight? He's got 2 pairs.
2 pairs. Zinno concedes. Mark Bailey from Buffalo. There's Susie McGowan, Mark's girlfriend.
It's really quiet in here. You guys are making me nervous. Get some drinks going or something. We got money for a tab.
Mark is correct. You can afford it. Come on, girls. Splurge it up. All right, it's on, Mark. Blinds are going up to 50 and 100 with a $15,000 ante.
Raised to 200. Great.
And Mark, with just a 5 deuce, is going to make it 200 to go.
Anthony Zinno is going to 3-bet $600,000. Enough to get the job done. As Mark goes out.
And looking happy. He's doing pretty good.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Pick up 8s. He'll make a raise. 200 total. Buffalo Bailey with an A7.
Raise. 575.
Ace high is a big hand playing heads up, so Mark's going to 3-bet here.
Back on the chip leader.
All in.
He's gone all in. Oh boy, the head drops to the table.
Yep, he didn't like to hear that, that's for sure. It's his tournament life fence. If he makes this call and loses this pot, he's out, so.
That's it.
Mark does lay it down.
The ant trolling all over these guys. It's down to 2 good players. Can he finish? Action going to Mark Bailey. First time ever playing a WPT event. He is so impressive tonight. This time he has a 10-7 offsuit. He doesn't just wilt away. He is going to call it. Zinno with just a 6 deuce doesn't raise. And the flop comes up king, 4 queen, 2 diamonds.
Now Anthony, with a flush draw, is going to lead out and bet here. 100,000.
Mark not hitting any of that.
Raised to 3 1/4.
Oh boy, he's going to take a shot here.
Several times at this final table, he has raised with no hand and no draw.
The problem is the ant has a 4 flush, and he will make this call and hope to hit a diamond.
On to the turn. Well, the board pairs kings. Anthony's going to check. Will Mark continue the charade?
575.
Oh, you got to love the spirit. He's going to bet again with zip and pip.
The board's paired. You can't draw to a little flush in that spot. Anthony gives it up. Well done by Mark there, just outplaying his opponent. At least he thought he was with that hand.
There is Corey Hochman, the eye doctor. He has not seen enough tonight. He's back here watching. Very classy.
Yeah, guy finished 3rd in this tournament. He's come back to watch the heads-up battle. Most guys just steam straight to the bar when they get knocked out.
Blinds are up to 60, 120 with a $20,000 ante. Zinno with ace-6 of clubs is just going to call. Mark's got nothing hand, 10-3. Let's see the flop.
An ace comes on the flop.
Sure.
Mark is going to check. Anthony checks right behind him. Just camouflaging those aces. Now a 3 comes off.
And that gives Mark a piece of it, a pair of 3s.
325.
And he will bet 325.
Can't blame him for betting here. His opponent didn't raise before the flop, didn't bet on the flop. You made a pair here in the turn. You're going to bet.
Ant's in a good place, and he's just going to call. Let's take a look at the river card. It's a queen of clubs.
What do you do with bottom pair now?
575.
Wow.
Call.
Call by Anthony. He's going to win the pot with 2 aces.
Good call.
Anthony calls.
I got nothing. I got a 3.
Has 3-10.
Quiet ace. Nice hand.
Anthony has ace-6.
I was waiting for that.
You got sneaky there?
Yeah, well, you're a little worried with that. Let me limp with that. It was very sneaky. Nice hand.
Thank you.
So Vince, by not raising before the flop and betting on the flop, turns out Anthony made an extra $900,000.
Anthony Zinno now with over 10 million. Mark Bailey back down to about 2.5 in the heads-up battle here at Fallsview. Right back at him. The ant looks down at an ace deuce.
260,000.
Not going to play it slow this time. Makes a raise. 260 total.
All right. Call.
Mark is going to make the call with the king high.
Yeah.
And flop comes 8-5-3 with 2 clubs.
I'll check.
Action on Mark. He's going to check.
And the ant has an inside straight draw, but he's going to slow down and check as well.
And the jack of clubs comes off. And Mark with the flush draw.
575.
It's no good, of course. He's going to bet $575,000. Now what do you do if you're Anthony? You got the key card, the ace of clubs, but...
All in.
Wow, that's what you do. You just put him all in and see if he can stand the heat. And if he can stand it, then you try to outdraw him.
Buffalo Bailey puts his head to the table. Does not like that.
Well, Vince, there's just no way he can call here with this hand.
He's saying, why did I donate so much?
I knew one was a club.
Anthony's thinking, I'll give you a club right now if you want one.
Jesus.
He just doesn't have a hand he can play with there.
No, he's got to lay it down. So the ant acquires more chips.
Nice hand.
WPT champion Anthony Zinno with a pretty strong king-queen.
All in.
All in into Mark Bailey. Let's take a look at Mark's cards. Oh my.
Call.
Yep, he's picked up aces. Does the insta call, of course.
Calls.
Thanks.
Well, Vince, I don't blame Anthony for moving in there with king-queen. You don't expect to get called, number one. If you do, you don't expect to ever be in this kind of shape where you're up against 2 aces.
Buffalo Mark Bailey in a great place to double up, but let's see if anything crazy happens. There's a king on the flop. So Zinno hitting kings.
And jack coming, maybe?
Jack would be cool.
This may be Mark's first WPT event, but he recognizes he's still got somewheres to go before he wins this pot. Now jack comes off.
Did I have call it? Yeah.
How did you know?
Throw a 10 down there now.
King, queen, or a 10. Mark Bailey will learn it's never easy.
I got 4 kids and 2 ex-wives, man. It is never easy.
Probably easier because they're ex-wives.
Can Zinno close this out? Nope. 7 of spades on the river. Buffalo Bailey's going to take the pot with the aces, and he needed it.
Back to where I started.
Good call.
The portfolio manager certainly added to his portfolio in that hand.
But the antes are going up down to 25,000. Blinds are going to be 75, 150. Action on Mark.
Raised to 300.
He's going to make it 300 total.
300,000.
Zinno with just a 9-7 will make the call. And here we go.
Check.
Zinno checked in the dark, Vince.
Flop is a 7-6-5. So the ant getting a piece of that 7s with a straight draw.
575.
And Bailey's going to bet it with ace high and an inside straight draw.
Yeah, a number of players would raise with Anthony's hand here.
He is just called though. Turn card on another 6.
Action on Anthony. He's going to check.
Mullen.
Mark Bailey has gone all in with nothing. Ace high.
Anthony Zinno can make this call. There's a good chance he could become champion right here, right now. Just has to dodge an ace or a 4.
Mark is a great guy. He is a recreational player. He's so happy to be here. I'm very happy for him. I have position on him, and I expect that he won't be much of a threat. But, you know, the cards dictate a lot in this game. I'll keep my eye open for the possibility that his chip stack could put a dent into mine.
He says he's a recreational player. I don't buy that he's going to be pushing pots around with nothing. And look at this, he's wrong, incorrect. Beautifully done by Buffalo Bailey.
Get that all in shit away from me.
And next, we've seen the guy make some moves here at this final table.
Anthony Zinno out in front with about 8.3. Mark with about 4.2. Here we go again. Action on Zinno.
300.
Yeah, looks it down at the king queen. He's going to raise it. Makes it 300,000 to go.
Mark has a very strong jack, 10 of spades.
Going to see a flop with that hand. He does make the call.
And we're going to see the flop. Flop's a queen and 9 ace. Queens for Zinno.
Check.
Open-ended for Mark Bailey.
And Mark checks. Anthony checks right behind him.
Going to the turn. 5 of hearts.
Check.
He checks again.
300. 3.
Anthony's going to bet 300,000.
I'm all in.
Mark Bailey's moved all in with the draw.
What moxie to make that kind of move.
Oh, tough decision for Anthony here. That's if he'd make this call and win this pot, and he's well ahead right now, he'd be the champion, but do you want to jeopardize doubling up your opponent where he's got a 2-1 chip lead over you? No, Anthony's going to lay it down.
Mark Bailey, he's shining right there. He's going to make the ant lay down his hand. Beautifully done.
Here comes the Wonder Cam. Oh, look at this, Vince. It's a king. Mark Bailey would have doubled up. He'd have made the straight on the river.
Great instincts by Zinno. Doing the right thing even though he was wrong. And Anthony Zinno's got a pair of sixes.
And he's going to bet 300,000.
Call.
Mark with king, 7 of hearts, making his call.
Yep, he's going to look at a flop here. Here comes that flop.
Yeah, Jack, deuce, Mike.
Check.
Buffalo Bailey checks, and they both check.
Now a 5 comes off.
Check.
Again, Mark checks. Anthony has to think the 2 6s are good now. And he is going to bet 325,000.
Raise it to $1 million.
What?
Look at this, Vince. He is doing it again.
Wow.
$1 million bet. And let's see if Anthony can figure this one out. He got the last one wrong.
Oh, no, he's on to it.
All right, so far he's got this one right.
He is making his call to the complete displeasure of Mark Bailey. Going to the river.
Over 2.6 million in the pot right now. 9 comes off.
Doesn't change a thing. Let's see what Bailey does.
I'm all in.
He's going to go all in. Can't believe this. What guts.
And if Anthony Zinno makes this call, he'll be our champion.
He makes his call. It's the call of the year on the World Poker Tour to put this so-called recreational player on a bluff and to make this call be extraordinary.
You have to be fearful that your opponent's got a minimum 3 jacks here, the way this hand was played. You're just not going to expect him to bluff in this spot for his tournament life.
The ant's going to lay it down.
So on back-to-back pots, Mark Bailey has earned the pots, winning them by betting with the worst hand.
Oh, Mark Bailey, hotter than a plate of buffalo wings, taking in the chips, proving he can play with the best.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
So Mark Bailey's doing brilliant in terms of fighting back in this heads-up battle.
And now the antes are 25,000. Blinds are 1 and 200 now. Zinno, he's got 10-9. And he's going to raise to a $500,000. Mark with an ace-6 just calling. It's suited.
Just surprised he wouldn't have 3-bet there, Vince.
Here's the flop.
Jack 8-3.
Check.
No help to Mark. He checks. Opening straight draw to Anthony. He's betting $250,000. Not a big bet in terms of the size of the pot.
Nothing hitting there for Mark. He's got ace high, but we've seen him do crazy things before with nothing hands.
See him.
And he is going to lay it down, take a break.
So Anthony's saying to himself, finally I want a pot.
This heads up she is fun, huh?
Mark Bailey with a very strong ace-queen.
Raised to 500.
He's going to move it up to 500,000 to go. Zinno, he's got ace-10 of spades.
Oh gosh, Vince, a lot of players will just ship it right here over the top. He's just going to call the 500. Going to see a flop first before he gets his money out there. And flop comes Jack 10-7. Anthony out in front with 2 10s. He's going to check. Mark has the ace-high straight draw, as you can see.
1.5.
He's also got a lot of chips going in the pot. 1.5 million.
Oh boy, the pillage continues.
Well, Vince, there's only $1 million in the pot. Now, when a guy bets 1.5 million, automatically your antenna go up. Say, why is this guy betting so much here? It's a mystery. If he had a big hand, he'd bet less. He'd want you in there, wouldn't he?
And it's going to play it safe and lay it down, though.
Well, Vince, Mark Bailey has proven himself to be quite an adversary here in this heads-up battle. I think he's much stronger than most people expected, that's for sure.
Well, he just has the perception of a recreational player, a nice guy that just gives compliments out. Very humble, says everybody's better than him. I think he's not exactly telling the truth.
It's a charade, Vince.
It is. It's beautiful.
He has made some plays that have just wowed us here tonight in terms of having no hand, no draw, raising, getting called, then betting and betting again.
Anthony now with 9s. Raised to 500,000. Mark with a pretty good king-jack, and
Raised to 1.5.
Mark's going to throw in a big raise.
Yeah, but it's not going to work, Vince. 2 9s playing heads up is just a big hand. You're never getting away from him before the flop.
Oh boy, he's gone all in.
I don't think you can call in this spot and give your opponent a free flop. You ship it, just like Anthony did there.
And that is devastation for Mark. Just when everything's working so well.
You know, it's interesting, Vince. If he knew what Anthony had here, if he turned his hand up, even though Anthony has the best hand, he'd beat him in the pot because he's getting the right price to call.
Anthony and I spoke quite a bit. Real nice guy, consummate pro. So it's great to play with people like that. I'm pretty sure Anthony bluffed me out of a strong hand earlier on yesterday. So I try to avoid confrontations when I can with him.
Well, Mark, I got news for you. You've outbluffed him more in this heads-up match than he ever outbluffed you.
Oh, is he going to muck it? Yeah. He's going to throw it away.
Doesn't want to, Vince.
Strong re-raise by Zinno, taking that pot down.
Wasn't that good a hand?
If Mark loses this tournament, Vince, he's going to look back at that hand and say, yeah, I should have gone for it.
Is there a tilt light going on above me right now, flashing? Let me know if there is, because everyone else will see it. Nice hand.
Let's take a look at Mark's cards. He's got a Jack 8 this time.
He's going to limp in on the button, something we haven't seen by him yet.
Anthony Zinno, content to see a flop, not going to raise with Jack 5. And here is the flop.
The flop is ace, ace, king. No help to either player. Anthony's going to check.
And Bailey's not going to slow down. He's going to bet this. Try to take it home, $500,000.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Bring those chips to me.
And Zinno folds the hand. Bailey going to take the pot. What a moment here at the Fallsview Poker Classic.
Boy, is it ever. A guy playing in his first ever WPT event against a guy going for a second WPT title who's the WPT Player of the Year leader.
Anthony Zinno just calling with ace 5. And Mark Bailey not going to raise with king 6. And the flop is a 9-4 deuce.
Check.
Yeah, Mark has checked, and Anthony's going to check his wheel draw. He's tired of getting check raised out of the pots. And now a 6 comes off. Mark now has the lead.
Pair of 6s.
500.
And he's going to bet $500,000.
Mark bet 500,000.
Zinno with an inside straight draw.
Well, Zinno thinks his ace high is the best hand. He does have the gut shot straight draw, but he's calling 500,000 here. He's not buying that Mark's got anything. This feels like the guy stole a few pots, which he has. Now an 8 comes off. Another 500,000 bet. Good laydown by Anthony.
Buffalo Bailey taking down another.
Mark Bailey now within a million chip count of Anthony Zinno after trailing by 9 million at one point in this heads-up battle.
And the blinds are going up to 125, 250. $25,000 ante action on the ant. And now looking at a pair of kings.
He just limps in on the button with 2 kings.
Oh, wow. Mark Bailey with a strong ace-jack, and it's suited.
Nice.
I'll be surprised if it doesn't go all in before the flop here with these hands these guys have got.
Bailey's made it 750 total.
750?
And Zinno is not going to raise.
Wow. Just calls.
Let's see if it pays off for Zinno. Here's the flop. 8-4 deuce. 2 clubs, though. That's a 4 flush for Bailey.
I'm all in.
Call.
And an insta-call.
Nice hand.
Nice hand, but I can assure you Anthony's shocked the guy's got this good a hand with this many outs.
Oh, you have clubs.
Mark comes in with an 8.
Yeah.
Mark comes in with ace jack clubs.
Not the way we wanted to do it, huh?
No, I wouldn't think if ever do it.
An ace or a club is what Mark needs.
And here we go to the turn. It's a 4 diamonds.
That ain't one of them.
Diamonds.
Did not help Buffalo Bailey.
With 1 card to go, Anthony, a 3-1 favorite to wrap up his second WPT title. Got to dodge an ace or a club.
9 hearts.
Ace of diamonds. Doesn't need to be the flush, just an ace is good.
What's in the river?
A lot of poker destiny coming down to this card. What's it gonna be? It's a 7 of spades. Anthony Zinno has done it.
Good game. Yeah, you played well. I think we can find out some hands you had.
Anthony Zinno now a 2-time WPT champion. But Vince, you got to take your hat off to the businessman from Buffalo, Mark Bailey, out tonight in second place.
First time ever on the World Poker Tour. Matt Savage is over to talk to him.
Mark, you came in tonight with 1 career cash for less than $1,000 in your first World Poker Tour event. How can you explain your play tonight?
I can't explain it. On a roll. I mean, the local gods are with me, I guess. Had to represent Buffalo here in this one, so.
A wonderful score, 266,000 Canadian, and a good portion of that going to charity. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody.
So once again, let's hear it for the winner of the Fallsview Poker Classic, Anthony Zinno.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There you see the chip count. Igor Yaroshevskyy out in front, 5.3 million. Mike Leah in second place with 4.7. That's what they're playing for. The winner tonight taking home over $1 million.
Also the pride prestige of winning this great event. There's the Hublot watch. The winner will also get. And what a timepiece that is. All right, antes are 5,000, blinds are 20-40. There he is, Anthony Zinno with a lousy hand, quickly mucks.
Over to the chip leader. Igor looks down at the Jack-7 of diamonds. He is going to raise it. Makes it 85,000 to go.
But be careful, right behind him. Klodnicki with ace-king. He's on the short stack.
All in?
He's going to fire it.
Well, he's moving all in here.
Players all in.
It's not messing around at all.
Hung and Peter out. Mike Leah with a nothing hand folds as well. So Back on Igor. He's going to throw it away. Hand number 1 going to Chris. Very nicely done with a super hand.
And Nick, I played a lot of mixed games, high-stakes cash games with this guy, and I can tell you he's one of the most respected guys in the world when it comes to playing poker. His lifetime tournament earnings are $7.5 million. He won over $3 million in one event when he finished second in the one drop at the World Series of Poker once. See if he can take down his first WPT title.
Right back at him. There is Hung Tran from Vietnam. Looks down at a Queen 10. Hung has raised it. Peter Neff's out, and now Mike Leah with a King 10.
Mike Leah was a sales manager for 16 years before quitting that job to take up poker full-time.
He's called it. Zinno out. Igor out. Chris Klodnicki has picked up a nice hand. Jacks.
All in.
And again, he's going all in with a big hand. Now it's on to Hung.
Moved in with the ace-king, won that pot. Now he's moved in with the 2 jacks.
Yeah, Hung can't play that.
I'm pretty sure he's going to win this pot.
Well, Mike Leah, he releases the hand. So 2 in a row for Chris Klodnicki. He's taken off at the start of the LAPC. We're coming right back in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour. Going to the felt. Action on Peter Neff from Santa Monica. Jack 6, he folds. Now Mike Leah with an ace 4.
80.
He's going to raise it to 80,000.
Makes the men raise.
Anthony Zinno out. Now it's on to Igor. He's 29 years old from the Ukraine. He's got ace 9. He will make this call. Chris going away.
He's on the button in position. Chip leader makes the call.
Hung Tran with an inferior hand folds. So 2-way action, ace 4 versus ace 9.
Now flop 9-4-3, all hearts. Neither player has a heart. Mike has flopped second pair with top kicker, but his opponent, Igor, has top pair, top kicker.
Mike's just bet 90,000. Igor's got to love that flop, and he is just going to call. Doesn't have a heart, so doesn't want to get fancy. Going to the turn, Jack of spades. Doesn't change anything. Mike's going to check this time.
Now Igor thinks his 9s are the best hand, which indeed they are. So he's going to make a wager, 155,000.
Into Mike with no heart, just a little measly pair of 4s, but he's going to get stubborn. Looks like he's going to make this call. Yes, he does. Going to the river.
Yeah, looks like he's put his opponent on a heart draw, and here comes the heart on the river.
Wow, 10 of hearts. 4 heart. Neither player has it. And Mike has to act for... is he going to do it? Is he going to get some betting chips out with no heart?
This Vince.
Come on.
He's showing a lot of heart here, I can tell you that.
He's batting 480 with nothing. Just a little pair of 4s, no heart. He's just saying, if you don't have one, maybe you'll fold.
Vince, the way the hand's played, it looks like Mike had a flush draw when he called on the turn.
Yep.
So Igor gives it up, but what a play there by Mike Leah.
That is fantastic. Mike Leah, 40 years old, out of Toronto. Looking good, betting with nothing. There's his girlfriend, Crystal, in the audience. You're going to be so proud of Mike.
Well, Mike was a superstar high school wrestler and had to put the reversal on his opponent to win that match.
All right, on to the next one. Chris Klodnicki will fold. Hung Tran, young man, goes out.
Over to Peter Neff.
Got a suited connector. He likes it, makes it 90,000 to go. Mike Leah now with a queen 9 of spades. He's got to be feeling confident after that last hand. He stole it, and now he's going to stay with them. Makes the call.
Well, he's in position on the button.
Anthony now, and now it's on to Igor.
Wow, 2 queens in the big blind.
He's got the real hand.
Now he's going to raise this.
Yes, 325 to go with the queens.
Yeah, Peter wants no part of it. Yes, and Mike won't really either.
Well, Mike raised. Igor puts the pressure on with a quality hand. Will Mike stick around? Stole the last one from Igor. And this time he is going to concede this. The man from Ukraine, Igor Yaroshevskyy, going to take down this pot. There's his buddies on the rail, rooting him on. So let's go to the felt. And he's got a pretty darn good hand. Ace-queen. We'll move it up to 85,000 to go. Chris going away. Hung Tran now. He folds.
All right, Peter Neff looks down at 2 jacks.
Oh, yeah.
And he is going to 3-bet it. 220,000.
Mike Leah out, and the ant with an ace-queen here. Quickly he checks, though.
Some players would play that hand out of the big blind.
At least think about it for 7 seconds. Come on.
Now, Igor's got the same hand, the ace-queen. He's got money invested, so he is going to play.
Let's go to the flop.
The flop comes queen 10-8. Nice flop for Igor. He's got top pair, top kicker. He is out in front and checks.
He is out flop Peter Neff, and Peter wisely checks behind. But wow, a 9 on the turn gives Peter a straight.
And again, Igor checks. No more checking for Peter, though.
Peter Neff going to put in some chips, put some pain on the Ukraine. There it is, 270.
If you're sitting in Igor's seat, you're saying, got 3-bet before the flop. He didn't bet on the flop, so you don't put him on aces or kings. Maybe he's got 2 nines, which made him 3 nines. Maybe he's got 2 jacks, which made him a straight. Whatever it is, probably beats my queens. Let me get out. Nice fold by Igor.
Certainly was.
Flop top pair, top kicker didn't lose $1 after what he put in before the flop.
Peter Neff, 29 years old, professional poker player. Moving on to the next hand. Action on Chris.
Chris Klodnicki. He's from Jersey. Played East Coast poker for a long time. Just recently moved to Southern California, but he is a tough cookie.
Hung Tran just can't believe the miserable cards he's getting tonight.
Just doesn't even want to look at them anymore. They're so bad.
Yeah, Peter also out. Mike Leah now with an opportunity to bluff. Nope, he goes out. Now it's on to the ant. He's got ace-3 of hearts. Everybody folding, and he will be erasing. 100,000 to go with his hand. Last one to beat. Now, Igor has a 7-5 of diamonds. Interesting hand. Those kind of hands, if you can connect, certainly can break players. So he makes the call. Let's flop.
8-5-3 with 2 hearts. Nice flop for Anthony. He's got the nut flush drawn bottom pair, but he checks, and Igor checks right behind him.
Jack on the turn, changes nothing. And now the ant with the pair of 3s going to check again.
Well, Igor thinks his 5s are the best hand, which indeed they are right now. He's going to make a wager here. Looks like 105,000.
Into the ant was a 4 flush.
Oh,
he's going to push it all in.
Wow. A check raise, all in bet. Just got 2 3s, but he does have a nice draw. And Igor now saying to himself, why did I bet there? Why didn't I just check? I could get a free card off.
It's going to work for the ant.
Yeah, power poker by Anthony Zinno there. Nice play.
WPT champ. And there's 2 greats, Darren Elias and Paul Volpe in the crowd.
Yeah, Darren Elias was the first ever to win back-to-back events in the same season. Anthony Zinno could tie it if he wins here tonight.
That would be amazing. Okay, 3 folds. Igor will bet. Makes it 80,000 to go with the 9-10. Chris behind him with the king jack of spades. Will make this call though. Punk Tran going out, so 2-way action. Chris this time with the edge with the king jack of spades. Ace 10-5 on this flop, so Igor hitting 10s. Chris with an inside straight draw. Will make the bet now, coming out with a $100,000 bet.
Now Chris leading out into the pre-flop razor with the gut shot straight draw. But Igor's calling him with 2 10s, just not buying it.
Going to the turn, another heart, 7 of hearts.
Yeah, neither player going to be crazy to see that card because neither have a heart in their hand.
But Chris has guts. That's what he has. He's getting chips out to continue this larceny, this madness. Yes, he's going to push in 215.
Well, Chris, a very aggressive player.
Very tough to call here now with just 2 tens and no flush draw.
On to the Ukrainian. And, wait, he's not going anywhere, it looks like.
You talk about reading your opponent, Vince.
Beautifully done.
What a nice call by Igor.
River card, a king. So Chris has hit kings.
Vince, he's reaching for chips again. He's been bluffing all the way. Now he's got a hand he could actually show down. Unless he's trying to get his opponent off a weak ace, which is what he might put him on. He's going to fire out here, 425,000. Now Igor can only beat a complete stone bluff.
Wow, Igor was on to him. And now it backfired. River card hits Chris.
So Igor does lay it down, and Chris Klodnicki taking down that pot.
And he is in contention for this LAPC title.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Mike Leah, 4.7 million in chips. He's a chip leader. All right, we have a couple folds, and now it's around to Chris.
Yeah, Anthony and Igor out. Chris Klodnicki with Queen 10 offsuit. Caps his cards. That means he's going to play the pot.
Yep, he likes his hand. He's going to raise, make it at 85,000 to go.
All right, action on Hung Tran. He looks down to 10-5 at diamonds. He's known as Young Man because he calls everybody Young Man all the time. And right now he's going to 3-bet here with the 10-5 to 215,000.
That's right. Peter and Mike out, so back on Chris.
Oh, Mr. Young Man has made a young move right here.
He has made a bold move for sure.
And it's going to work.
Whoa.
As Chris uncaps his cards and gives it up. So Young Man takes it down by playing like a young man, just betting and raising. Go on with it.
Big money at stake.
Over $1 million to the winner. Action on Igor.
Igor this time with an ace-9 of spades. He raises to 105. Chris out, and now Hung Tran finally picks up a real hand. Ace-king.
He's had nothing but junk all day long. So this is going to look like gold to him. He's going to 3-bet it here to 305,000.
Peter out. Mike Leah folding. The Ant not going to play ace-high. So back on Igor.
Well, he knows Hung Tran is normally a very aggressive player. Hasn't been so far tonight because he's picked up all junk.
Okay, more no future, young man. Give up.
There you go.
Don't think. Put in. No game on, no future, young man. Game up. No. God. Thinking too long. 99% is muck. I got it down. Muck, let it go. Come on.
He's got the call. He's talked him into it. He's made the call, and Hung Tran,
double,
young man.
I need a double one time.
In great place right now.
One time.
Igor shows.
Double up.
Ace-9 of spades.
At least one time, you know. Meant to be, you know. Come on. I want to see double one time. That's it. Today is my day, you know. That's how you do it, young man. Gamble up.
2800 останется.
Thinking too long, kid. King.
Oh,
I want to see king, okay?
Oh, Hung Tran, what a great character this guy is.
King. Call. Open.
He has talked his victim into calling. He's got all his money in.
King.
Oh, boy. Let's see the flop. There's
King right in the door.
Yes.
King. Yes. King.
King 9-3.
One more king.
Igor picks up 9s.
I come here to win the tournament, you know?
That's right. That's right.
I want a king.
And the turn card, deuce of hearts.
Young man just has to dodge a 2-outer, and he's going to double up here.
Deuce. Deuce, okay.
Can he do it? Igor, a long shot.
One time.
One time. You need to double up one more time.
Got a 2-outer, a long shot. Here we go.
Go. Give me deuce diamond there.
Well, there it is, a 6 on the river. Young man has doubled up. And Vince, you just wonder how much that table talk played into the decision of Igor there to move in on him.
Well, I think it
That's how you do it, young man.
really played into it.
I'm not coming here to muck, okay? I come here to ship, raise, and ship.
I'm going to start hanging around Hung Tran because he keeps calling everyone young man. What a character.
Yep, we got 3 foreigners and 3 Americans at this final table, and right now, the foreign guys in command, first, second, and third chip position.
Let's go down to the money pit. Action on Chris Klodnicki. Ejects that slop. And now Hung Tran squeezes King 7. And he's going to raise. Makes it 105 to go. Peter Neff out. And Mike Leah. He's got an ace high, ace 4. Well, he's going to raise it. Makes it 300,000 to go.
Now, these guys are aggressive, Vince, no doubt about it.
Zinno quickly folding an ace 10.
And Hung quickly raises this to $1.5 million.
Yeah, with a nothing hand, just King 7. What aggressiveness. Now, will it work? Hung Tran has pushed it up.
That's gamble, man. No gamble, no future anyway, you know? You have to gamble up.
Look at this. Hung's going to show the hand.
Don't 3-bet me. You know, some kind of I'm going to gamble, young man. I'm going here to gamble. No gamble, no future anyway, you know? I need to gamble up. You know? Don't 3-bet me some kind of okay? If you cannot call all in, do not 3-bet me.
Well, he's telling it pretty close to right, Vince. I can tell you, he protects money he's got in there. Here he looks down at 10-8 of spade. Now he's just going to raise this pot to 100,000.
Peter Mike out. Ant goes out.
Well, Igor laying this hand down and take a rest. Now, Chris Klodnicki picks up a beautiful hand, ace king of clubs. He is going to 3-bet it here up to 400,000.
Hung Tran, he's raised, but it looks like he could eject this hand.
Oh, will you raise me back here, man? Huh? Is that your sire? Huh?
Oh, boy.
Is that your sire?
He's moving a little too close, a little too personal. Oh, boy.
No game on the future, huh?
Uh-oh,
no
wait.
gamble, no future, and a big stack goes in.
Yes.
Chris says call.
Oh, Hung Tran has slipped on the banana peel here.
Well, Hung Tran just put a stack out there.
Let's see.
Chris said call, he didn't say all in, so.
I'll just go all in the dark.
All right, so he had pretty close to the all-in call.
So he's just going all in the dark.
Yeah, there you go.
Young man not going out now for that little bit. He makes the call here.
And here's the flop.
Ah, that's my
fault. What a flop for Chris. He's flopped the stone nuts. Ace king, and he's got an ace king.
And Hung Tran completely disappointed with that. I mean, a little too cocky. Picked on the wrong guy at the wrong time.
Hung Tran must catch 2 runners to make a royal flush. Must come queen of spade, jack of spade to win this pot. Otherwise, all those chips he just had, he just gave away to Chris.
Give me a jack of
Gotta
spades.
love the gambling style, this Hung Tran, but okay, it's over. 7 of clubs.
No gamble, no future. Yeah, come on, gamble, young man. You know, I told you, no gamble, no future. You know, I don't expect
I'm here to gamble.
I'm gamble too. So it's okay.
And the 9 on the river just doesn't matter. Hung Tran's going to double up Chris.
So with that double up, Chris Klodnicki has moved into second chip position after start of this final table in 6th place. He is heading in the right direction And Vince, right now, the two guys with the chip lead at this table are the two most experienced players at the table, the two high-stakes cash game players, the two guys that have both cashed for over $1 million in a poker tournament, Mike Leah and Chris Klodnicki.
Boy, you gotta just enjoy and appreciate the nerve of a guy like Hung Tran to make these kind of moves. But let's go back down to the felt. 6 players remain. Anthony Zinno and Igor out. And Chris, who just doubled up, not going to play. Hung Tran, let's take a look at your cards. Oh, he's got King 7 of diamonds, and he's going to raise with it. Moves it up to 110 to go. Peter out.
Have a hand, young man. Not try to steal from your play, young man.
Oh, he's saying I have a hand, but you don't, Hung Tran. Not that good.
Well, Mike doesn't have anything too good.
No, he doesn't.
Look like to me. But he is going to make the call out of the big blind with the 9 deuce of hearts.
Yep.
And we're going to have a flop.
The flop's at 8-7-6 all clubs.
Well, Mike is flopping open in straight draw and checks.
Hung Tran with a pair of 7s.
Quickly bets 110,000. Wow, he's making this call, Vince. I'm very surprised by this.
110.
Because unless it comes exactly a 5 or a 10, that's not a club. He's frozen in this hand and can't do anything.
That's true, but it is a 10. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, Mike Leah has a straight. And now he's going to lead out and bet. 200,000.
Oh, boy. Hung Tran now making moves, but things just backfiring. Now, can he just lay this down? No, he's going to make the min raise.
Wow.
Whoa.
Vince, the guy has to have something to call you on the flop of that hand. Now he leads out in the turn with a possible flush, possible straight out there. And yet Hung, with just 2 7s, has raised him.
Well, because Hung is creative. He's got guts.
Well, Mike's saying, you know, this guy might have flopped a flush, but did he really flop a flush? I've got a straight here. I'm going to find out where I'm at.
Yep, he's going to re-raise it. Now Hung Tran in the frying pan.
Well, that's just a very easy getaway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big raise. Obviously, Mike has something here. Hung Tran has no draw.
Oh,
and
boy.
He's moving all in here.
What a
Can't
move.
Believe it. Mike quickly calls with the straight, says, if you got the flush, you just got me.
Give me 9.
Well, Hung Tran needs a 9 to tie. Cannot catch a card to win the pot. And Vince, this guy, the last 2 hands, has gone off like a rocket ship.
He certainly has. Hung Tran hanging himself on this one. He walks away. He is stunned.
Well, the crowd's stunned too, Vince. Nobody can believe that you would put all your money in here with this hand with a possible flush and straight on the board with no way to draw out.
Card, ace of diamonds. It's going to wrap it up for Hung Tran. He is gone.
So Mike Leah is going to take the remainder of Young Man's chips. And Vince, Mr. Gamble, Hung Tran out tonight in 6th place.
He's going to take home 200,000. The highly entertaining Hung Tran gone. Not even going to wait and talk to Matt Savage. He's walking out of here.
Well, there you see the chip count. Mike Leah well out in front with over $7 million in chips. Chris Klodnicki in 2nd place. That's what they're playing for. The winner tonight takes home over $1 million.
And he's at 5,000. Blinds 25 and 50. Here we go. Peter Neff with a quick fold. Mike Leah, the chip leader, not playing. And there's the Ant, Anthony Zinno, WPT champ. He goes out.
So it's a battle of the blinds now.
Into Igor with ace-10. Not going to raise, Mike, just calls. And there's Klodnicki from Jersey originally, now in Solano Beach, and he's got a nothing hand.
Chris is a high-stakes, mixed game, cash game player.
And he's just got an 8 deuce, but look at this. He's going to try to steal it and raise it. He's going to push to 150. And Igor is going to just call with ace-10.
Well, Igor just limped in with the ace-high, camouflaged the strength of his hand, and it may pay off for him here as he has flopped top pair, 2 aces. Chris has bottom pair.
And Igor going to check it. You don't push with the ace, and you get an ace on the flop. It's such a great place to be in, and Chris is going to bet this. 150.
Well, he doesn't think his opponent's got an ace because he didn't raise before the flop.
So true, and then okie dokie call by the Ukrainian going to the turn. 9 of spades.
Again, Igor checks his aces.
And now Chris is going to slow down. He checks as well. And the river card's A10. So that gives aces and tens there for Igor.
Possible straight, possible flush on the board now, though. So even though you have 2 pair, wow, he is going to bet it. 355,000, and Chris lets it go. So Igor taking down that pot.
There's Igor's friends on the rail, having fun.
Oh, Igor's been a pro for 9 years. From the Ukraine. Likes it here in L.A. Why not? Especially when you're making final tables of the L.A. Poker Classic.
Action's going to be on Mike Leah. He's from Toronto. And this time he's got Jack-9 of clubs. Will make the raise to 100,000.
Yeah, makes the men raise.
Ant out. Igor with a pair of 3s.
Well, he's on the button. In position. Up against the chip leader, but knows if he flops a 3, maybe he could double up here.
Well, he's made the call. A couple folds behind him. So two-way action. Jack-9 versus a pair of 3s. And the flop is a Jack-9-4, all hearts.
Yeah, nice flop for Mike. He's got the top 2 pair. Igor has 2 3s and a flush draw, albeit a weak one.
Mike's going to make the continuation bet of 120 into Igor with just the 3s. He's got one little heart, but what is he going to do? Oh,
he's
boy.
going to try to find out where he's at right here. 320,000 is the bet.
Mike with 2 pair. He's going to just call, no raise. And to the discomfort of that man right there. King on the turn.
Possible straight as well as possible flush out there now. So again, with more danger out there, Mike Leah checks, but Igor checks right behind him.
Any heart coming up? Let's take a look. No, ace of spades.
Well, Mike's not going to like that card either because his opponent could have now have made aces up perhaps. He's just got 2 pair. Probably likes his hand, just doesn't want to go crazy with it.
Yep.
He's going to check, control the pot size. Igor checks behind him. Mike Leah going to take it down with jacks and 9s to increase his chip lead. So the 40-year-old from Toronto in great shape to take down his first WPT title. Let's see if he can keep it going.
All right, and he's 5,000 blinds. 25 and 50. Here we go, Peter Neff. He's a local. He's got ace-5 of clubs this time.
5 players left fighting it out for this title. Peter going to make it 110,000 to go.
On his left, Mike Leah with an attractive 6-7 of spades. Very seductive hand. Suited connector.
Look at this, Vince. It's going to 3-bet it here.
Certainly is.
With the 7 high to 275,000.
Okay.
That's what you do, folks. You just put pressure on them. They don't know if you got a big hand. They don't know what you got. But all of a sudden your ace-5 shrinks up. I know that. Peter gives it up. So the 3-bet winning the pot for Mike Leah there. Well done.
Oh, there's the beautiful Brittany, Royal Flush Girl with the gorgeous Hublot watch. And that watch, extraordinary timepiece, as we like to call them these days. If you get that championship, you also get that watch. All right, back to the felt, the quick fold by Peter. Mike Leah, everything going his way. Now he's picked up ace-queen, and he will raise to 120. Anthony, the Ant, out. WPT champion. Now it's around to Igor, and Igor's got queen 10.
He's in the small blind.
Blinds are up to 30 and 60. And he is going to get fancy with a raise. Re-raise it with queen 10.
It's like 380,000.
Into Chris. Chris, 4th WPT cash, but he'll fold it back on Mike Leah. Now, ace-queen is one of those hands that so many great pros say, I don't want that hand.
Yeah, how many?
Mike, you're a Hall of Famer. How do you like ace-queen?
Well, I'm like everyone else. I like it in the beginning till they start raising you, and then all of a sudden it shrinks down considerably. But in the short-handed poker game, it's pretty good. Let's see what Mike Leah does with his here.
380.
He's going to 4-bet it here, Vince, with an ace-queen. $680,000 to bet. Igor says bye-bye. What a play by Mike Leah there, Vince. I tell you, most players would have just called that 3-bet there with the ace-queen if they'd have played it.
Well, there's his pretty girlfriend, Crystal, in the audience.
Thumbs up is right, Crystal, especially for that play.
He's got $9 million in chips.
Yeah, more than 3 times as much as anybody else at the table.
Igor, who came in as the chip leader at the start of the final table, is down to 1.6, getting grinded away.
Well, Anthony Zinno trying to win back-to-back WPT titles.
Look at this, Mike. He's got a pair of jacks.
Well, he's in last place. He needs to have something happen to get back in the hunt here. Got a good hand here. Going to raise it. Makes it $125,000 to go.
Igor and Chris out, and now Peter Neff, the local. Oh, he's got a pair of 8s.
Well, how do you play the mid pairs when someone raised in front of you? That's the big question.
Peter's raised to 330.
Peter in the small raises to 330.
Mike out. Back on the ant.
He knows Peter's a pretty solid player, Vince, but he's got aces, kings, or queens. Good luck to him.
These are the 2 short stacks at the table at this point. The ant. Will he get his tentacles out? Yes, he does! He's going to push it all in.
3 raises all in.
And a quick call by Peter Neff.
So Anthony's got him dominated. Jacks versus 8s.
And Peter tables 2 8s.
The best spot you can be in pre-flop.
Hand over hand. That is right.
So a dominating favorite here, Anthony Zinno, is to double up. He must win this pot to keep his hopes of winning a 3rd WPT title alive tonight. But you can't be in much better shape than this, pair over pair, before the flop. All the money in.
So the 2 short stacks in a battle right now. Here we go to the first 3. When the flop is 10-10-7, that is good for the ant.
So far, the 2 jacks out in front.
Anybody fold a jack or an 8? No.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, right.
Peter Neff looking for a snowman here to give him a full house. He is in dire straits at the moment.
Turn card. Let's see if anything magical happens now. 5 of spades.
Well, we're down to the river. Peter Neff must catch an 8 to win this pot. Otherwise, Anthony Zinno is going to double up.
Yo, the sweat's even worse than the suit.
Yeah, there's Eddie Sabat, one of his buddies, rooting Anthony on. Plays a good game of poker himself.
Anthony Zinno with a gigantic chance of doubling up. He's going to do so as a jack hits the river, giving him jacks full. Oh, so nice for the ant.
Well, Vance, where Anthony Zinno told me he's been lucky on this continuous streak to make the money is that when he gets his money in with the best hand, it's held up.
Yeah.
He understands people get outdrawn all the time, but he said, it just hasn't happened to me. That's where my luck has really shined on this streak this season.
And that hand is going to devastate Peter Neff, who's down to under 600,000 in chips. On to the next hand. Igor with a quick fold. Now Chris Klodnicki. He's got King Jack, and he's going to move it up to 130 to go. Peter, though, this time with Ace Queen of Diamonds, shoves it all in. Mike Leah out.
Count, please.
And Zinno now with a King Queen of Spades. This is very playable at this point.
I'm all in.
And he is going all in.
Wow.
Save me.
And Chris goes out. So they turn up the cards. Anthony is giving action back to Peter.
Anthony shows King, Queen of Spades.
Peter with Ace, Queen of Diamonds. There's that magical Ace, Queen again. Let's see if it will win again.
Well, Peter has him dominated now, as we say. And on top of Anthony's problems, we saw Chris throw a king away. So Peter in really good shape now.
Let's see if it'll pan out. Here we go with the flop, and the flop is a Jack 10-7.
Well, the crowd moans because they see Anthony Zinno can now win the pot if an ace or a 9 comes up. Must catch a straight to win the pot. Let's see if he can do it.
Let's see the turn.
Going to the turn. It is
an ace. It is an ace. Unbelievable. Anthony Zinno has outdrawn him. He can't lose the pot. He could tie it if a king comes off. Wow. What tough luck for Peter Neff there on that turn card.
Wow. What a card. River card coming up. Peter's shell-shocked.
Wow is the right word, Vince. No doubt about it. Really tough luck for Peter Neff there. Let's see what happens on the river.
Here it comes. 5 of hearts.
Well, Vince, when you're cashing every single tournament it appears, you're going for back-to-back titles, luck obviously on your side. Certainly, a moment ago, Anthony Zinno had way the best of it. When the money went in, he doubled up, his hand stood up. This time he had to outdraw his opponent. He did it. We're down to 4.
That's right. Anthony Zinno, the ant, fights another player out of here, and that is Peter. He picks up $250,000. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Peter, you came in here with over $2 million in chips. Did things not go your way tonight?
Well, yeah, lost 2 all-ins. Pretty much eights versus jacks was going to play itself out, and ace-queen versus king-queen just got unlucky there. Not a whole lot I can do in either spot, but yeah, I played pretty well and I'm happy how I played. So.
All right, well, you had a great week, $250,000. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the short stack, he looks down at a pair of 9s.
He started out the final table as the chip leader. He has dissolved his chip stack. And now with the 9s, he makes it 125 to go. But right behind him, Chris with a raise with ace-queen.
A natural 3-bet here by Chris.
Mike out.
Makes it 300,000 to go.
Ant walks away. And will Igor
I'll be shocked if he just didn't ship it.
Yeah, there you go. He's going to shove it. Yeah, insta-call by Chris.
So this hand played itself. It's a classic race. Igor must win the race to stay alive. 2 9s for Igor, ace-queen for Chris.
Igor Yaroshevskyy, 29 on the ropes right now. He's got friends here. He still has hope. Let's take a look at the flop. A queen jack 8, bad for Igor.
Igor's gotten out-flopped. Chris out in front with 2 queens now. Igor looking for a 9 or a 10.
I must use my 1 time.
Just a rough flop. Igor, a good sport. Igor needs to get lucky now. And he gets it.
A 9 comes off. He has made 3 9s, and with that card, his opponent must catch a 10 to tie. They would split the pot if a 10 comes off. Igor cannot lose the pot. He can scoop it or tie it. Wow. What a difference a turn of a card makes. You had your opponent in really bad shape, and now you're desperate to try to get a tie out of this hand.
Very disappointed, Chris. We are going to the river. It's a 5 of hearts.
So Igor is going to win that pot to double up to stay alive.
And the jolly Ukrainians sit back down. It's like they're on laughing gas here tonight, just enjoying this great event, rooting their man on. Back to work Igor goes.
Back to work they all go. 4 left, fighting it out for this title.
And on the ant, nothing hand. Igor's going to take a rest.
Well, Chris Klodnicki now in 4th chip position himself. Picks up a pair of 3s here. And just going to limp in and call.
And let's see if Mike Leah will get aggressive, having all those chips. Nope. He's going to see a flop with just a king 6. There's no raise on this one. Here we go.
Flop comes 7-4 deuce. So as the cards lie, Chris out in front with his 2 3s. He's going to check.
Mike now with nothings. Bet 75,000.
And he may think king high is the best hand after his opponent checked. But probably worrying about that a little bit now.
Yeah, Chris has made the call. We're going to the turn. It's a 10 of hearts. Changes nothing. And Chris checking again. Mike's going to continue to bet with nothing. 150. Chris a little punchy from the last hand.
Nice call here by Chris.
Yeah, not punchy enough to go out, though. River card is a 9. Doesn't help either player, so
Again, action on Chris. Again, he checks.
Well, Mike just pull up the white flag and just say, I've tried. I'm done. My king high. No, he's going to keep betting 200,000. And now Chris with the threes, never raising, never finding out where he is. A lot of cards have you beat. Do you pay off another 200 when you're on the short stack?
It's a tough call here. The opponent bet the flop, the turn, and now the river. You've just got 2 threes. All you can beat is a bluff.
Oh, he doesn't care. He's going to make the good call. Solid play by Chris. And Mike shows his king high.
Chris wins the pot.
And so nicely done by Chris Klodnicki, taking down the pot with a miserable pair of threes.
Well done.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Anthony Zinno, a WPT champ. He's going to fold.
Over to Igor. He's out as well, so the battle of the blinds here. Here's Klodnicki with the jack-8 offsuit. Going to limp in and make the call.
Into the chip leader, Mike Leah. And he's got a pretty decent ace-9.
But he's not going to put up for a limp. He's going to raise it.
Mike raises to 200.
Makes it 200,000 to go.
Yep. Put the pressure on the victim. Chris with just jack-8. He's going to take a stab. He's going to raise it.
Wow, he limped in. Now all of a sudden he's raising with this hand.
Makes it 475 to go. And ace-9 at this point is shrinking up a little bit.
Well, it's shrinking up a lot, Vince. Say the guy limped in, now he's raising you all of a sudden, so he was trapping you.
Yep.
At least that's what you're thinking if you're sitting there.
All in. But that's not going to slow down Mike Leah. He has pushed all in.
What a play by Mike Leah there.
Oh, boy, this is mind over mind, trap over trap. No fools at this table. Mike Leah, our chip leader, very impressive with that push around. He extends the chip lead. 4 players are gambling here at the Commerce Casino. Stay with us. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour.
So right now, Mike Leah is the man, no doubt about that.
Yeah, the blinds are up to 40 and 80 with a $10,000 ante. Couple quick folds around to our chip leader, Mike Leah. He's got an uneventful jack-7, but that is not going to slow him down. He's going to raise it to 200,000 into the ant, who has a pretty decent pair of 6s.
Pairs are big hands when you're playing heads up, which is what they're doing here, and he's just chipping it. So if you can beat this hand, good luck to you. He's just going to take it down right there.
Mike goes out. Yep, and the guy came from nowhere to push these biggest poker players in the world around.
Well, Vince, the first WPT title that Anthony Zinno won, he played Vanessa Selps, one of the greatest players in the world, heads up for the title when she had the chip lead. He came back and won that title. He said, that gave me confidence to go into this season. Now he's cashed 7 times, going for back-to-back titles again. Just incredible.
Well, right in this hand, Mike Leah has raised. Zinno and Igor out. Chris is calling with 10-8, so Mike with jack-4. And the flop is a jack-4-5, 2-pair for Mike Leah.
Oh, boy, how good is this guy running right now? He flops 2-pair here.
Chris is going to check. Chris has got nothing. And Mike Leah spiking 2-pair on the flop will make the continuation bet 100,000. And Chris, what are you doing?
He's going to raise it, Vince, to 300,000 with no hand, no draw, just trying to make a move, but just not going to work here because Mike has 2-pair.
Yeah, and Mike is going to move it up again. Makes it 550 to go.
3 raises to 550.
Well, Chris has got to know the jig is up here. He took a stab at it, trying to raise on the flop to win it, but just saying to himself, wow, does this guy have a hand every single time? What is going on here?
Yeah, he's got to lay it down. He gets the message. And Mike Leah once again taking a pot. Mike, 40 years old, out of Toronto, Canada. Things are running well for him tonight. Chris, with the big migraine, puts his hands over his head like a vice. He's got a nothing 10-5. Takes a rest. Now Mike with a 6-5.
Well, he's just having a ball right now, Vince, so he's just going to raise everything at the moment. 160,000 to go.
The ant goes out. But Igor likes the action with the King 7, makes the call. King 7 versus 6-5.
Heads up to the flop.
Well, it comes 6 high here. Just a great flop for Mike. He's got top pair with a gut shot straight draw. Igor's checked. Mike is going to bet.
Yeah, bets 100,000. Igor with King high. And Igor will stick around, though.
He's just calling him with King high.
Turn card. A big ace.
Neither player going to be crazy about that card.
Igor checks it, and Mike going to slow down. River card is A3, and that's going to give us straight to Mike Leah.
Just incredible.
But Igor's got nothing, just King high. Oh, wait a second.
Vince is going to bet here just in case his opponent flopped a small pair. He may go out now.
Yeah, 225.
His problem is he did flop the pair, but he also flopped the gut shot straight draw and just hit it. He's going nowhere. Except upstairs in the pot. 625 now the bet.
Trying to put some pain into the Ukraine. And Igor, now what do you do? Come on. Like one of those little escape hatches right here. Disappear. And it finally does so.
So Mike Leah going to win yet another pot.
The Canadian over 10 million in chips. So close to becoming a WPT champion. All right, quick full bite. Igor and Chris Klodnicki has picked up a great hand pair of kings. Chris is on the short stack at this point. Blinds are 40 and 80.
Well, the second best hand you can have, Vince, but he makes the min raise with it.
Min raise to 160. And Mike Leah, he's got A6. And Mike is going to 3-bet.
Well, Mike Leah just setting them all in is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And Chris is going to make the call here. Knew Chris was the short stack at the table. Thought maybe the pressure might drive him out, but right now he's rethinking what he did.
Mike would love to hit an ace on the flop and knock out Chris, of course. Will an ace appear? No, it's a jack 8 deuce. That's good for Chris.
Rainbow versus Kings are still in the lead.
Chris well out in front with the 2 kings now, with 2 to go.
6 of hearts on the turn.
6 of hearts.
Well, gives him 2 more outs. I'm talking about Mike Leah. He can now win the pot with a 6 or an ace.
Kings are still in the lead.
Why can't you have ace king, Chris?
Going to the river. 10 of clubs.
Well, Chris Klodnicki, the pro out of New Jersey, now living in Southern Cal, doubles up.
Chris is an interesting one. He can be a big pain in the butt. I'd be happy to have him go out early so I don't have to worry about him getting a hold of chips and putting me to the test.
All right. Action's going to be on Igor Yaroshevskyy. Looks down at the 10-8 of spade. Looks like a min raise to 160,000. Blinds been 40 and 80.
Chris goes out, and now it's around to Mike Leah. Doesn't have much.
Mike in the small blind. He is the big chip leader. Just staring over at Igor. Igor staring back or staring at the center of the table. Trying not to give off any information about the strength of his hand. But Mike Leah takes back his blind, meaning he's going to raise. And at DDS, a 3-bet to 425,000.
Yeah, Zinno goes out.
And Anthony quickly folds the ace-5.
Back on Igor.
How about the aggressive play of this Mike Leah, though? We just saw him 3-bet not long ago with the 7-high, and he won that pot. Now he's 3-bet with an 8-6 offsuit. But let's see what happens. Could it be possible? Igor thinking about raising him back. Nope. He's going to muck it.
Yep.
So the aggressive play of Mike Leah just working to perfection for him here at this final table.
That is right. Brilliantly done with no fanfare because you don't have to show your hand when you bluff and guys fold. But nicely done, Mike. We saw it. All right, to the felt. Igor going to quickly fold a suited connector. Chris also out, and now Mike Leah with queen 3.
Chris and Igor both fold.
And he's going to make the raise up to 200,000 here with this queen 3 offsuit.
Now the ant with the queen jack is in the big blind, and he will make this call.
He heads up to the flop.
Well, as the cards lie, Anthony has him dominated.
Let's take a look at this flop, and it is a queen 7-8. That's great for the ant.
It sure is. Both players a flop top pair. This could spell more disaster for Mike Leah.
Well, yeah, you raise before the flop with really nothing. You hit your top pair, you think you're in good shape, and he's going to bet 135 into the ant, who's got him out kicked. Let's see how ant plays it. Anthony Zinno, born and raised in Cranston, Rhode Island. He's 33 years old, and he's going to raise.
Got a chemical engineering degree, then went to law school, passed the Massachusetts bar, then became a poker pro.
Makes it 375 to go. Now Mike does have top pair. Wow, he's going to pop it again. It's up to 755 total. And the ant's going to push all in.
Well, it's another million or so for Mike Leah to call, but he called with the 2 queens.
Yeah, maybe put the ant on a 4 flush. Mistake, because right now, the ant in great place to double up.
How about a 7 on the turn?
It's okay with me.
Anthony Zinno always wears the suit at the table, looks sharp. He says poker players should have some class.
He's got to love this position. Crystal knows her man needs some help here. The last pot, he doubled up Chris Klodnicki. This pot, he could double up Anthony Zinno.
6 on the turn, not going to help Mike Leah.
Queen Jack of Anthony is still in the lead.
So the only way Mike Leah can win this pot is to catch a 3. Nothing else will do. The kicker is going to play whatever else comes out there. So Anthony Zinno really in good shape to double up here.
And looking good, and the last card is a king of clubs.
So just like that, Anthony Zinno has been biding his time virtually most of this final table. Every time he picks a spot, it's the right spot. He doubles up again.
How do you always get it in so good?
All right, blinds are going up to 50 and 100. Antes are 15,000.
This is like my 4th
Four-handed poker. Quick fold by Chris. And it is into Mike Leah, who's lost about 30% of his chips in the last few hands. But he's raised with 9-6, makes it 200,000 to go. Ant goes out. Igor goes out. Mike Leah is going to take home this pot.
And he's going to stop the bleeding a little bit right there by picking up the blinds and antes after back-to-back double-ups with 2 of his opponents at this table.
Mike Leah from Canada, this time also with a 9-6 of clubs. Going to raise again to 200,000. Ant out, Igor out. And let's see what Chris does with a Jack 10. And he's going to call. Learned to play poker from his brother. It's paid off in a big way. He's made millions at the game. Let's see if he gets lucky on this flop. It's a king, queen, 8. Open-ended for Chris.
Check.
He checks.
And no continuation bet for Mike. He also checks.
7 on the turn. Now Mike Leah's got to open in his straight draw as well. But Chris is going to try to take control. Bets 325. Mike not going to get aggressive, just making the call.
So we're going to the river here. And the board pairs 7s.
That doesn't help either one of these guys.
Check.
Well, Chris checks. The only way Mike can win the pot is to bluff. And if he does, it could be successful here, Vince. And he is doing it. He is not checking it. He bet $475,000. And I just don't know how you call here with Jack high, Vince. How could the guy call you on the turn where you have the best hand here after he raised before the flop? Just doesn't make sense. And you could raise him, be the only possibility you have to win the pot. But you're never going to call with this hand in this spot.
What the? Wait a second. He has called this. He's called it, Mike.
Wow. I am in shock.
Yep.
Called him with Jack high, Vince.
Blinds of 50 and 100. Let's go to the felt. Action on WPT champion Anthony Zinno, ace-4.
Anthony going for his 3rd WPT title tonight, including back-to-back wins on the World Poker Tour.
He's raised it. Igor going out. Chris out. And now Mike Leah with a pair of 3s.
Yeah, he's going to make the call.
So pair of 3s up against the ant with ace-4. Let's see who gets lucky. 8-7 deuce.
Now Mike's still out in front, but he's going to check.
And will the ant go continuation? Nope. Slows down and checks.
And now 4 comes off. So Mike has got to put Anthony on 2 big cards. Got to think 3s are the best hand here. After his opponent checked the flop. So he's going to bet $350,000. Anthony, however, just made 2 4s. Let's see what he's going to do with them. He's going to make the call.
Pots are building. Going to the river. And the river card is an ace, giving aces and 4s there to the ant.
Well, Mike now afraid his opponent made at worst 2 aces, if not a flush. Can't imagine he's going to go too crazy with 2 3s now. He doesn't. He checks them.
Now will the ant put in a little value bet? Nope. He's going to be.
Well, it goes check, check.
Content to take the pot with aces and 4s.
Just didn't want to get check raised in case his opponent had made a flush on the river or straight. And that's the patience that Anthony Zinno showed early on at this final table. Certainly paying dividends for him now. He is closing in on the chip lead.
He has played quite well. Very steady. All right, back to the felt. Igor can't pick up hands. He's gone the wrong way, so he folds. Chris also getting out of the way, and now Mike Leah. He's got the ace-3 in the small blind. The Canadian will pop it. Makes it 250 to go.
You can't blame him for raising with ace high out of the small blind. Anthony makes the call with the ace-deuce.
Heads up to the call.
Now flop comes king, jack, 8, 2 hearts.
Jack 8, 2 hearts.
Helps neither player.
Mike does not make the continuation bet. He checks. And Anthony is now going to reach for betting chips here.
Really? Okay, there you go.
And he does it. Just $150,000. Just less than 25% of the pot, but just to try to find out where he's at here, and it's good enough to get the job done.
So the ant, WPT champion, climbing up the anthill, pushes the rubber tree plant away. He is doing well. He's the new chip leader.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, there you see the chip count. Anthony Zinno, our chip leader now. Nearly $5.6 million. The winner tonight taking home over $1 million and a WPT title.
All right, ante's 15,000, blinds 50 and 100. Let's get this started. Anthony Zinno, the Ant, picks up pretty strong ace, jack of diamonds. Gotta love that. Makes it 200,000 to go. Igor Yaroshevskyy not gonna play. Chris not playing.
Over to Mike Leah. He looks down at an ace-5. And he's going to make the call.
Yep, Mike is from Canada, 40 years old, tough poker pro. And here we go, ace-jack versus ace-5. And the flop is a 9-9-6. Mike's going to check it.
Anthony out in front right now with the ace-jack. He's going to make a continuation bet. 100,000 into a pot that's got a little over 500,000. So not a big bet here. And Mike going to make the call.
Going to the turn. 7.
Turn is the 7 of spades.
Yeah, that gives Mike an inside straight draw. That's about it. Either player has a pair, but Mike is going to plunge away, make with a bet. 225.
I should just wonder if that small bet, the minimum bet allowed on the flop by Anthony Zinno, might have alerted Mike Leah. He doesn't have much for just trying to pick up the pot there with that min bet. So he's going to bet on the turn here, and it's going to work. He's going to get Anthony to lay down a better hand.
Oh boy, the Ant gets sprayed right there. Mike Leah, very nicely done. All right, into the next hand, Igor Yaroshevskyy. He started out this final table as the chip leader. Everything was going his way, but it just went the wrong way. But he's still involved. He's going to quickly fold his hand. Now Chris also going out.
Fold around 2, Mike in the small.
Into Mike Leah. And he will pop it up with just a jack deuce. Makes it 250 to go. But behind him, the Ant with king 9 wants no part of that.
So on back-to-back hands, Mike Leah's betting. Forces Anthony Zinno to lay down the better hand.
All right, blinds are 5,100. Here we go, 4 players battling for over $1 million here tonight.
Chris Klodnicki looks down at his hand, and courtesy of the DraftKings whole cam, we see Chris has ace-10 of spade. Decent hand in a 4-handed poker game. He's going to raise it up, makes it 200,000 to go.
Mike Leah gets out of their way, and the Ant now with a pair of 9s.
And he's going to 3-bet here with the 2 9s, makes it 450,000 to go.
Igor Yaroshevskyy goes out. Now Chris is going to call this with ace-10 of spades. Here we go.
The flop comes jack 10-3, so Chris has taken the lead with 2 10s. Action's on Anthony, and he checks.
Anthony checks.
Chris checks right behind him.
Turn is the
6 of clubs comes off. Anthony's probably going to think his 2 9s are good because his opponent didn't bet on the flop. Never going to give him credit for a flush. He would have bet a flush draw on the flop. So Anthony is going to bet 425,000.
And Chris is not going anywhere. Makes the good call. Going down to the river. 5 of diamonds changes nothing.
5 of diamonds.
Anthony with just 9s. He is going to slow down and check. They both check.
Well, Chris's 2 10s are going to win this pot.
Yep, he's an East Coast guy. Born in New Jersey, lived there, but now he's out in Solano Beach, California. Got to be loving the lifestyle out here in California. Nice player. Where do you think they got those glasses from, Mike? Sort of Hollywood Boulevard glasses.
Yeah, that's what they look like. A lot of sunglasses at this final table tonight.
Yeah. Representing Hollywood quite well here.
All right, Mike Leah goes out. Anthony Zinno not going to go out. He's got ace-king. See how much he's going to bet here. 225,000.
Monster hand. Igor getting out of his way. And now it's on Chris.
There's Klodnicki. Highly respected high-stakes cash game mixed player.
Oh, boy.
He's got the Jack-3 of diamonds, and he is going to raise with this hand.
Looks like he's going to get fancy. What a bad time to do it, apparently, though.
Well, $625,000 bet by Chris. Back to Anthony. Now how do you play ace-king from here?
Chris just didn't believe that the ant had a real hand. He's going to find out here because he has repopped it. Over 1.3 million total.
He's going to put those sunglasses back in the ladies' department.
Oh, man. Cruel. And, yep. He's out. Good try, but you can't just step on an ant. It's not that easy.
You better get the extra duty roach killer to get rid of this guy.
Anthony with another pair of nines, Mike?
Yeah, he lost the last time he had him.
And he will raise it to 250. Igor out.
All in.
And Chris is saying all in. He's got just king, queen. What a move. Okay, Mike Leah out.
Now, Anthony has him covered in chip count. But still, it cost him like $2.4 million more to make the call.
I thought Mike had cards this whole time. Oh my God, Mike, you don't have cards? I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I was waiting on
Mike. He can afford to make this call. Usually when it got, yep, you got to make that call.
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, I thought I was like waiting for Mike.
Oh boy.
My bad, Chris.
Chris thinks maybe there was a slow roll. He knows better. Ant would never do that. They turn up the cards. They're in a race situation, though.
Well, Chris Klodnicki's tournament life is on the line here.
Wow.
If Anthony Zinno wins this pot, he regains the chip lead.
The flop at 7-6-3. Nine's out in front.
And there'll be 3 players left. Chris Klodnicki needs some paint. Looking for a king or a queen here.
Turn card, 8 of spades.
We're down to the river. The tough poker pro, mixed game cash player needs help.
Can he get it?
He did it! Chris Klodnicki has spiked that king on the river to win this pot. So Anthony Zinno taking a hit there by getting outdrawn on the river. Of course, it was a race situation from the get-go. Doesn't matter if it comes on the flop or the river, but it's more painful on the river, that's for sure.
I assume there was 0 chance.
Chris going to double up and just bury the ant. 4 players remain. What drama we're seeing at the LAPC. We're coming back with more action in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour.
His turn to act. Looks down at 2 6s. And he's going to raise the pot to $250,000.
Mike Leah, pretty decent king-queen. Yep, he's not going anywhere. He's making this call. Anthony going out. Igor now with an ace-9. No, he won't play it. He goes out. 6s versus king-queen.
So the 2 chip leaders playing the pot, and the flop comes ace, queen, 3, all clubs. Neither player has a club. Chris reaching for betting chips.
Yeah, Igor's got to be kicking himself. He had an ace in his hand, folded it.
Now $255,000 to bet. Now what do you do if you're Mike? You have second pair, but no clubs. Your opponent could easily have aces. But he's going to call him. What a call by Mike Leah here.
Yep, so far going to the turn. 9 of clubs, 4 clubs out there.
Well, neither player has a club in their hand. The question is, will either one of them represent that they do? Well, Chris Klodnicki must, because he's betting $400,000. Now you just have 2 queens with no clubs. Just doesn't look pretty. Can Mike Leah figure this out? Nope, he's going to lay it down like about everybody else would.
Can you show a river?
Chris Klodnicki making a nice bet there to take down the pot.
Oh, somebody could have felt some pain there.
When he says that, Mike knows he laid down the best hand.
Yeah, that's the laugh of a thief, of a bluffer. You just don't get that happy unless you've stolen a pot, I think. And that proves it.
Well, he did it well there, Chris Klodnicki.
Let's go to the felt. Zinno looks down at an attractive ace-7 of clubs.
Eventually short stacked, only has
boom
less than 900,000, so he's going to ship it here. Can't blame him, I'd do it too.
Igor out, Chris out. Let's.
I call.
Oh, Mike has a big hand too. King, queen of clubs, making the call. And the ant has a good chance now. He's a nice favorite to double up. And his poker life at the LAPC is on the line right now.
How do you find that hand?
Mike knows that he would have been desperate and could have moved in with any 2 cards there.
Cards are going to change now.
The wrestler versus the lawyer.
Yeah, come sweat this with Anthony.
Thanks, buddy.
See the door card.
Here we go with the flop. It's a 9-8-7.
Here's 20%, right?
Anthony has hit 7s on the flop. Very nice.
Well, remember the last pot, Anthony lost when he had 2 9s to a king queen.
One time.
When Chris Klodnicki had a king on the river.
And safe card for the ants. 2 of clubs.
I'll leave you alone.
Well, again, we're down to the river, and again, Anthony Zinno has to dodge a king or a queen. He didn't do it last time. Can he do it this time?
Make it scary, like a jack of spades. It looks like a king.
Man, that's... You're sick, dude.
Poker players love to be scared but win. And the river card is going to be a jack. He called a jack. He gets the jack. Wow. The ant stretching out those tentacles. Going to take this one.
You called for the jack.
I knew I needed the 10 on the turn.
You're a sick man.
Hey, it's fun, you know?
It's fun when you win every WPT.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
He's still got a long way to go yet.
Onward we go. Mike with King 8 of diamonds going to raise. And that is a hefty raise. 2 million to go. The ant goes out. Now Igor Yaroshevskyy now with King Queen. And he is pushed all in. He's got Mike wrapped up here in a very good situation.
Well, again, Mike finds himself dominated as the money's all in the pot.
Igor Yaroshevskyy in a great place to double up.
If he loses this, he's going to implode.
Yeah, of course he is, but I don't have any chips.
I know.
It's Noah Schwartz and Eddie Sabat talking to Anthony Zinno here.
Let's go to the flop. It's an ace-7-7.
Ace-7-7.
Igor, you're looking good. This would take a nice chunk out of Mike Leah.
An ace is fine.
There's Igor's group just sweating out a couple more cards.
Let's see the turn.
Ace or 7 would give him a chop.
He would go with the turn. Oh no, it's an 8! It's an 8! Mike has hit 8s now. He's out in front.
Just incredible. As the cards lie, Igor now must catch a queen on the river or he's going to be out in 4th place.
Oh, that is a horror card on the turn. Igor can't believe it. Oh boy. Going to the river now. It's Igor that needs the major suck out, and it's not going to happen. Jack of spades on the river.
So Igor from the Ukraine taking a horrible beat to get knocked out in 4th place.
It's true. Igor does the Frankenstein. Going home to see his master. Gonna pick up $333,000, and he's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Igor, great tournament. You got all your friends here behind you, all the way from the Ukraine. A lot of ups and downs tonight. You started off as a chip leader. What happened?
I think I have a mistake.
Okay, you think you made a mistake. What mistake do you think you made?
Ace-9, I must fold, but young guy.
Right.
I think maybe he loved.
Yeah. Double me up. I need to double one tap.
Well, 3 very tough players out there. You played great all week, and obviously you have to be happy. Your friends behind you, you know, a great tournament for a lot of you guys. They did great, so congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck.
All right, action's going. $25,000 ante, 75, 150 now. Mike Leah with 9-7 has raised to 300,000. Zinno behind him with a queen jack. Yep, he likes his hand. Not going to raise, just calling.
Here's Klodnicki getting a big price to call here now with the suited connector, so he's going to play as well. We have 3-way action. Family pot.
Here come the first 3. King, king, jack. So Zinno hitting jacks.
2 spades.
But 2 spades out there. That gives a 4 for Mike Leah. Wow. Mike Leah going to make a bet. 375. And Zinno with kings and jacks. And he is just going to put all the chips in. Chris goes out. And a quick call by Mike Leah, who has the 4 flush and an opportunity to knock out a 2-time WPT champion. And that is the ant.
Now Mike Leah looking for a spade to make the flush. 2 runners to make a straight. 2 running 7s, 2 running 9s, but he needs some help to eliminate Anthony Zinno.
Hey, Mike, can you come over here again?
No.
Anthony's all in for 1.3 million.
It is the wrestler against the lawyer.
He's in the lead with 2 pairs.
Crowd on its feet.
Let's see the turn.
And we are going to the turn. Can the ant's hand hold up? It's a 7.
Well, that pairs Mike, so he can now win the pot with a 7 or a spade.
I'll do my not look technique. Try that one. Can you guys let me know what happens?
It's still a pretty good favorite to make this work, but he can't look. Here comes the river card. It's a 9 of diamonds. The ant has done it. His hand is held up.
Well, Anthony Zinno doubles up again. Don't count this guy out, Vince. Every time he is all in, he wins a pot.
Oh, he's got to be so excited.
I don't know what's going on, Carlos. What is it?
Anthony Zinno going for his 2nd WPT title in back-to-back events.
3 million, right? Yeah.
His 3rd WPT title overall. So time for the lead.
Yep.
With Gus Hansen and Carlos Mortensen.
Chris with queen 7 of clubs, going to pop it to 325 to go. Mike Leah with a very decent jack, 10 of clubs. He's just going to call, and now it's on to Zinno. He's got a 9, 6 of diamonds.
Well, he may want to play here too.
Whoa.
And play indeed. He is moving in, Vince.
Yep.
He is squeezing here, as we say.
Quick fold by Chris. Just hoping against hope that Mike doesn't have a real hand. And the wrestler cannot compete. He's going to take a break and folds the hand.
Well, perfect timing for a squeeze play. And it was executed to perfection there, Vince, by Anthony Zinno.
Yes, it was. To have the guts to pull the trigger this late in the game when you just doubled up before, very impressive by the ant. Right back at him. Action on Chris. And he has just called with Jack 8, and now Mike Leah with the real hand, Ace 10. And he will raise this to 525 to go. And the ant now looks down at a pair of 7s. Nice mid pair.
Yep, he's got the 2 walking sticks. So Chris limped in.
There he
Mike
goes.
Leah raised, and now Anthony Zinno is making it 1.9 million.
Yes, Chris gets out of the way.
All in.
Mike Leah is going to say all in. And of course the insta call by Zinno.
I have my favorite hand. 7.
So another race situation here.
Oh, that's the big one, Anthony.
Anthony's all in for 3 million flat.
Yeah. Let's do it, buddy.
Anthony's in the lead with pocket 7s.
Flipping for 6 figures.
Mike has ace of diamonds.
Mike Leah wins this race. He'll be a big chip leader playing heads up for the title
If he loses it, there'll still be 3, and Mike Leah will be in 3rd chip position.
And the flop is a king 5 deuce. No luck there for Mike Leah.
Jack of diamonds or queen of diamonds for TV?
Street 4 coming up. It's a queen of diamonds. Oh.
This gives Mike Leah a straight and a flush draw, as well as 2 overcards. Anthony Zinno certainly knows it's never easy, and this is one of those times. Anthony's got to dodge an ace, a jack, a 10, or a diamond. That's a lot of cards to dodge. Can he do it? He does it. Wow. You talk about running good, Vince. This guy just doesn't lose a pot when he's all in. Anthony Zinno wins the race to double up and take the chip lead with 3 left.
No one can squash the Ant. The Ant survives. 3 players remain. Anthony is our chip leader tonight.
Anthony Zinno out in front, 7.2 million. Mike Leah in second with 4.7. Chris Klodnicki with 4.1 in 3rd place right now. But Vince, the cream has risen to the top. These 3 guys are poker players.
Action on Chris Klodnicki. He's got king 3. He's going to move it up to 325 to go. Mike Leah goes out, and now the Ant with ace 4 making the call.
We'll see the flop.
And the flop comes king 8-7. Nice flop there for Chris Klodnicki as he's flop top pair.
But Zinno's going to try to take control of this. He's coming out with a bet. 525.
Something you don't see often, where a guy leads out into the pre-flop razor. Chris going to make the call.
Going to the turn, 6 of clubs.
Now, possible straight out there now. Anthony checks. Got a gut shot straight draw.
Check.
Chris checks right behind him. Doesn't want to get check raised out of this pot. Now an ace comes off, giving Anthony the best hand with 2 aces.
Oh, what a magical card there for the Ant, and he's going to bet. Try to put some pain into Chris. Looks like 700 grand.
If you're sitting in Chris's seat, the guy didn't raise before the flop, so you know he doesn't have a big ace. He let out into the pre-flop razor, so you can't really put him on ace high here the way the betting has gone in this hand.
Ace.
Oh, wow.
Curiosity call by Chris, and he is not going to like it when Anthony turns up the 2 aces. Right now, Chris talking to himself. Looks like I misplayed it on every street there after the flop. I didn't raise him on the flop. I checked on the turn, and then I paid him off on the river. 3 strikes in a row. Boom, boom, boom.
Mike Leah looks at a nothing hand, and he will not play that mess. Now the Ant going to look at his hand, and he's got a pair of 6s here.
All in.
And he's going to say all in, basically putting Chris all in.
Wow, King Jack of Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to lay this down, Vince.
Very callable.
It's about 2.6 million, but still tough hand to lay down here.
No, you got to go with that, and he has.
Well, we're in a race.
First shows King Jack of Hearts.
We're talking about trying to race somebody. Over the past few months out here in the World Poker Tour, Anthony Zinno would be the last one you'd want to race for your tournament life with, because he is running that good where he wins these kind of key pots.
Chris would love to hit here right now and double up. If he does it, he'll be out of here. We'll be into heads-up action. Here comes the flop. It's a 5-3 deuce. That is good for Zinno. Chris did not hit on that flop.
Now Chris is going to have to catch a king or a jack to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
Trailing with his King Jack of Hearts.
4 ball.
Going to the turn.
4 ball.
The turn.
The turn card is a 10 of clubs. Also no help for Chris Klodnicki.
Well, Chris was in this shape once before. He had to catch a king or a queen on the river to stay alive. Now he's got to catch a king or a jack. Can he do it again?
Almost impossible. This would be crazy if he did. Going down to the river. Chris in big trouble right now. Zinno can't watch.
Okay, fist bump is good.
And the river.
It's all coming down to the river. It's a final close.
Well, that's going to do it for Chris Klodnicki, one of the most respected high-stakes cash game players in the world, out tonight in third place. And again, Anthony wins a key race. The guy is amazing, man.
Chris Klodnicki out in third place. Chris going to take home $451,000. He's over to talk to Matt Savage.
Chris, a pretty tough night out there tonight. You overcame a lot in this tournament to get to where you did, third place. You started off with a short stack. What do you think about your play today?
I was really happy overall with my play. I mean, I just grinded it out for as long as I could, and ultimately, it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, obviously you said you would be happy with third place or better. Are you happy?
No. Of course not.
All right, well.
Yeah, first place or better.
All right, good job, man.
All right, thanks.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Lawyer against the wrestler. Let's go to it. Anthony Zinno looks down at a 10-7 of hearts.
Anthony raises.
All right, Anthony going to make it 300. Makes the min raise. Mike Leah has a 10-5. It's suited. He's invested. And he will make this call.
Mike makes the call.
Well, he's a defender. Wants to see a flop. Here it comes. Well, ace, 6-6. No help to either player. And it goes check.
Going to the turn. It is a 10. So they both have 10s now.
As the cards lie, it's a split pot.
Mike checks.
Mike checks, and Anthony is now going to bet.
200,000.
Mike's going to make the call.
Going to the river. And the river card, King of Spades.
Possible straight, possible flush out there now. Mike is going to check.
Check.
Anthony checks. It's going to be a split pot. Both players will play 10s and 6s with the ace kicker.
Anthony
And
shows
they both look like they're not very happy with that. You're never really happy with the split pot unless you come from behind to the hand, but...
Yeah, it's like kissing your sister a bit.
They don't start, Mike.
Well, hey. It's a metaphor. What is this? I don't know, but...
All right. Action on Mike Leah. He's got a suited connector. He's got the button. And he is going to raise it to 300,000. Zinno with a 9-7 of spades. Makes the call.
Anthony makes the call.
So, gently down the river we go. 9-7 versus 6-7. And the flop is a 10-10-6.
Nice flop for Mike. He's got 10s and 6s. Anthony checks. Mike is going to bet 250,000. Anthony with the gut shot straight draw and the backdoor flush draw is going to make the call.
All right, going to the turn is a 5 of spades. So a 4 flush for the ant. And an inside straight draw.
Mike checks.
And they both check. Going to the river. It's a 4. So Zinno doesn't hit there. So he didn't catch, but he's getting chips out. He knows that's the only way to win the pot. He's going to put in a hefty bet of 800,000. Now Mike Leah only has the 6s. But he could make this call.
Knows if his opponent called a 7-8, he made it straight. With diamonds, he made it. He was slow playing a 10 on the flop. Mike Leah, tough call to make. He opts to throw it away. So Anthony Zinno bluffing that pot to win it. And Mike Leah just dying to know what he had. Mike, you won't like it when you see him.
Take it later.
Can the Ant finish here tonight and become a 3-time WPT champion? We will see.
Anthony could tie Gus Hansen and Carlos Mortensen as the winningest players in history of the WPT. He could also win back-to-back titles, something Darren Elias did earlier this season on the WPT.
Okay, onto this hand. Anthony has raised with the king 3, and Mike is going to shove all in with an ace deuce.
Now Mike understands the value of an ace. Playing heads-up poker, he moves in and takes down that pot.
He applied heavy pressure. Now he has played impeccably all night long. Zinno was cards away from being eliminated, but now he's in the driver's seat. Just incredible how this has happened tonight. On to the next hand, Mike Leah this time with ace 3. And he has made it 400,000 to go, and now Anthony Zinno has picked up the weapons of mass destruction, the pair of aces. What a time to get it.
Well, just incredible. He's going to raise it, but not much. Up to 825,000.
But of course, you just don't want to scare your victim.
All in.
And he has gone all in. He slipped on the banana peel, and the insta call by Zinno, of course.
A dream come true. Even Mike laughs that the guy's got 2 aces here. Well, I can remember a final hand of the LA Poker Classic years ago. Antonio Esfandiari picked up 2 aces and won on the last hand with aces. Anthony Zinno could do the same here if they hold up.
That's just like, how do I get aces heads up? Yeah?
This is amazing.
Right, buddy.
What the hell?
All I want is just a little bit of sweat. Just a little sweat. Like a 2-4.
Yeah, that's all right.
4-5.
How do I get aces heads up?
Here come the first 3. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is
Mike Leah is alive. He's flopped a straight draw.
How do you flop that?
How about a 3?
Could be some trouble for Anthony.
Certainly could be.
Mike Leah looking for a 4 to make the wheel.
Come on,
So
that would be ridiculous.
It's just straight 4 outs twice.
4 comes up right now. Here it comes!
So now Mike needs a 3 or a 4, but a 4 would give him a chop pot now.
Chop's fine.
At this point, I'll take a chop with all this sweat.
The Ant 1 card away from becoming a back-to-back champion here on the WPT. It's going to come down to this.
Cool. Come-de-doo.
That's going to do it. Anthony Zinno has done it again, Vince. What can you say about this guy? Just incredible.
Back-to-back championships for the Ant. How has he done it? Incredible. He's our champion. But first, let's talk to Mr. Mike Leah.
Tonight you seem a little disappointed with your second place finish.
Yeah, well, just so close to my first WPT victory. It's disappointing not to win, but I think second place pays pretty good, so I'll be all right with it, and I'm happy for Anthony.
Mike, congratulations on your second place finish. Mike Sexton, over to you.
Another star on the Champions Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for our champion, 3-time World Poker Tour champion, Anthony Zinno.